Knowing that this game to be played, but I'm knowing that this game to be changed. I should be afraid of afraid. I'm just trying to live up to the meaning of my name. I'm just trying to live up to the niggas in my gang. I'm just trying to live up to my moment on the stage. I'm just trying to live up to the truth of my pain and the power that it gave me on the youth for today. I put a coupe in a safe, and I shoot from the waist. My time is money, and I ain't got a second for you flukes and you fakes.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Fearless Radio Show. Woo!
Hey everyone!
So excited to be here today. I've been missing it.
Yes.
It's like a whole month, but
Yes.
I miss it. But it's good. Once a month is enough though. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here with us today. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in to all of our social media pages.
True.
We appreciate it. You guys know that we're here every first Sunday of the month. And you can call in. We want to hear from you. Any questions you have. We have some juicy topics today. We're talking dating, relationships, all that good stuff. So if you have any comments, any questions, just call in 347-590-0024. We want to hear from you. Definitely call in. And if you're not watching on our social media pages, you can definitely go online, dsmbx.online, and you can watch the video live, and you can also catch our past shows on fearlessradioshow.com. So check it out. We've grown a lot since then. And speaking of growing a lot, he is one of our veteran Fearless Radio Show hosts. Oh my God.
I'm so happy to be here right
DJ's
now.
so sophisticated.
So happy. It's so romantic.
Oh my God. So let me tell you just a little quick story. When we started doing this, we were a wreck. We had no idea what we were going to do.
We really did.
We were sipping on some brown juice right before the show to get some courage to speak. What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? But we did it.
Yes, we did. And I'm
We
so
did
proud
it.
of what it's grown into. You
Thank
are
you.
doing your thing, Sue. I love it.
Thank you. I'm trying. Y'all know this is emotional and sentimental for me. Like this, no, it literally has made me grow as a person. I still have so much work to do though, but
Like
it definitely
everybody.
has helped me.
It's a continuing journey, lifetime.
Yeah. So thank you for being here.
Thank
She's
you for
visiting
having
all the way
me.
from Colorado, y'all.
Wow.
Yes. And then we also have our amazing two other co-hosts today. We have 12-year military veteran amongst other. Yes, back for that. Yes. Amongst other amazing things that he does, which we'll share today. But we have Mr. Lawrence McPhail in the building.
How y'all doing?
Whoop, 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 whoop. What do you go by? Do you go by something else in the street?
Dash. Everybody calls me Dash.
Shout out to Dash in the building.
All right.
And we also have our amazing, full of energy. I love this woman. Like, she literally makes my life every single time. I'm so glad I have her in my life, and I'm so glad we have you a part of Fearless Women. And none other than founder and CEO of Sinclair Master of Ceremonies, Jessica Sinclair. Yes, always a pleasure having you here. We also have a special guest today. This young lady also has become someone very close to me. She's a beautiful spirit, beautiful heart. She's doing so many amazing things for women. We connected on empowerment more than anything, and we definitely are in the beginning stages of building our sisterhood. So I love her so much. She's the founder and CEO of Melanin on Wall Street, Miss Angelica McNair, which we will sit down and talk to in a little while. So shout out to her. She's making her way here. I know it's far. But shout out to her. She'll be on in a few. So before we get on with anything, I definitely want us to take a moment of silence for Nipsey Hussle. Yes. So let's do that for a second. I know, shout out to him. I know that this affected so many people, so many of us. I mean, I never met him. However, my children listen to hip hop music. I don't shield them from that. They love music. I let them listen to what they want. So definitely that was one of their artists too, which I love because he's such a positive, role model. Yeah. So I was, listening to a lot of his music, and I was just, watching him. Like, he was just literally like on the rise to doing so many amazing things. And for reasons that I don't even know. I don't even know what's the truth of what happened.
Yeah.
But according to what they shown us, it was somebody who just got upset and took someone's life, for stupid, idiotic reasons like that. We no longer have him here. And it's very sad because we don't have that many people who are trying to make a difference, and especially males in the hip hop community that are trying to make a difference. So to have him taken away from us and limiting, bringing the numbers down again, it's really upsetting.
I think it brought that number down, that one number, but I think, excuse my voice, it's raspier than usual, but I think that his death may have birthed a lot of inspiration for people who have already been doing things to step it up, or people who haven't, to maybe step it up and kind of open a lot of eyes. So I think that, even it's a tragedy, it's really sad, but I think that there's going to be so much positive that comes out of it as well.
And that's what I think I'm waiting for. You have moguls, super moguls, right? And you have someone that could have left the community and did not. And I think that the Kevin Harts of the world and the Nick Cannons, those that say the marathon will continue, well, I'm watching. Because I'm so tired of our community. We do lip service, Million Man March, people show up, but what happens after?
Right.
So you have folks that are posting. I hope it's true that there's a foundation coming up through Jay-Z for his children. I was told that there will be some trust funds, but I need more than that.
Right.
I think that you guys can afford it. And I think, like she said, let this not be a death that just went in vain. Let's see. That's what I'm waiting for. And there's a lot of different powers and superpowers out there, and people can talk about conspiracies all they want, but this is a man that was trying to expose a lot of different things in our community. Anytime someone wants to go against the machine, there's a life that's taken, and it happens all the time. When does it end?
Right.
So with that said, I'm waiting patiently to see what's going to happen next. So I'm glad that you said that as well.
The marathon definitely continues.
It has to. It's
and it's a loss. His loss kind of hit different with me for the simple fact that, of course, I didn't know him, but I know people who did know him, and I had the opportunity to possibly meet him. And he was doing such great things for his community, as well as taking care of people that just got home from being in prison, and so many other attributes that he had, but at the end of the day, I feel like, not to make it sound crazy or whatever, but I feel like his time was his time. Like, he was supposed to go when he was supposed to go. He did what he was supposed to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? At this point, and continuous revolution in progress. That's all.
Yeah, and another thing I want to touch on too is I know I saw a few posts talking about being as like an artist in entertainment and making it, being discouraged to come back to your community because things like this could possibly happen to you because of jealousy, hatred, or just people that don't want to see others, just make it and shine out of the hood, But I do want to say that I hope that this doesn't discourage, because we need people to come back and give back to the community. We don't have anything. I just had a conversation with my friend getting into here today, and we were talking about, how our children are not getting, some of our children, their parents are not exposing them to positive things, so they grow up with the hood mentality and stuff like that, and I was sharing with him not only that, but also there's a lot of kids that are raising themselves because they're coming from a single parent home, and this parent has to be working all day, 20 hours, and stuff like that, and a lot of the schools, they're not given the resources, or the faculty in the school does not really care enough to have after school programs to keep the kids in the building, and not to put all the pressure on the schools, but this is the life that we're living right now. Like, there's a lot of single parents that are working really, really hard, so I think giving back to the community and creating safe centers like that for the kids, and for adults too. I know he created like a workspace in his neighborhood too that was really good for entrepreneurs.
Silicon Valley.
Right.
But to touch up on what you said, it doesn't necessarily you physically having to come back to the hood, but you build it up.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
You have persons that are looking for work. You hire a black man or a black woman, say, hey, go run this facility and bring me numbers so I can see that this is a good investment. We're talking about investments.
Right.
We're not saying don't live in Beverly Hills, but bring something to your community. I'm just so done. It's a check and an opportunity for another family to develop.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So more work can be done.
Definitely.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying pack up your family and come back to the hood, but build it up is what Nipsey was trying to do. But he physically wanted to live amongst, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, he wanted to not be too far away.
Right.
But you don't have to do what he did. Just do something a bit different.
Yeah.
There's so much space. In the Bronx, I pass in Jersey, Edgewood. There's so much land out there that's just in dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you know, our respect and love also goes to, you know, Lauren London and the family and the kids and,
it's a
you know,
lot.
everyone who was close to him. It's definitely a sad time, definitely. But as you guys said, we must continue to live, you know, in his spirit and what he was bringing to us and just continue to push that positive movement forward, for sure. All right. Whew, so heavy, right? So heavy. But, you know, continuing on a positive note, last month was Women's History Month.
Yes.
And there was so many things going on. Oh my gosh. It was like an abundance of love, but then overwhelming at the same time. It was like, wow, okay. That means it's time to get to work, you know, and do this and share, you know, what we know or our knowledge with our men and women. But I was honored at 2 events last month. Very excited about that.
Right. Give me that one. It was so great to see how you're developing as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't know you guys were in business or co-host, but she has developed that butterfly, right? She goes up there with that mic, like, I'm nervous.
really
I see the
has.
video, like, girl, sit down. You were supposed to be honored, and
She really was.
it was nice to see that.
Yeah, well, you know, it comes from a
Definitely.
humble place. And speaking of the butterfly, I want to give a shout out to one of our good friends, Mr. William Ellis. He's the one that created that beautiful butterfly for us. And thanks to him, like, all the women are gravitating towards it and they love it. And I just want everybody to take a real good look at it because it is like a really heavy, meaningful logo that he has created for us. And it definitely embodies what, you know, who we are and what we stand for, what we represent. So shout out to him.
He did a great job.
He did. Like, and I just shot at him a few things and, you know, that's it. He came back with that and I was floored. But yeah, so, you know, it was very humbling because I feel like there's so much work that we all still want to do, you know, so I'm happy that I was able to accept it, and I'm happy that I was acknowledged, and I'm happy to bring it home to the team, you know, and all that good stuff. But at the same time, it did put some good positive pressure on me to continue doing what we're doing and, you know, to bring these workshops to the women and to help them see the change fully through, which is what we want.
Yes.
More than just having someone speak to you, you know, we actually want you to do the work. So just know we're focused on that.
Yes.
And we're bringing some great workshops to you very soon. And yeah, so that was exciting. So I want to shout out Melanin on Wall Street, which Angelica will be here today. She's the CEO and founder, my sister. And I also want to shout out Women with Voices. Shout out to Chloe Love for, that was the most recent event that I attended, that I was honored. That was a great event. There was so many amazing people in there, you know, and I like the fact that it was co-ed and, you know, she included men too, because it's great when men are supporting women as well and vice versa. So that was fun. And we also recently celebrated Equal Pay Day.
Yes.
Oh.
We have to continue the fight on equal
Pay
pay,
Day.
y'all. We do.
So it's an actual day.
It's an actual day.
Okay, but
Yes.
do people see the increase that day or no? I don't really know much.
No, I think that day is just used to share more information and
To bring
knowledge on the
awareness.
topics,
Oh, I
to bring
see. Okay.
awareness. Yes. So I did write down some facts, which I'm sure a lot of us know. So Asian women get 85 cents of the dollar, like, you know, compared to men. White women, 77 cents. Native Hawaiian Pacific, 62 cents. Black and African American, 61 cents. Native American women, 58 cents. And Latina are at the bottom of the totem pole at 53 cents.
Wow.
So we have to continue the fight because we need to make that money, especially like when there's a lot of, and there's men as well, but there's a lot of women who are single parents right now too. Right. So the fact that we're dedicating all this time and going into the work field every day, darn it, and spending 3 hours in transportation and all of that stuff, like, come on now, we need to do better. So definitely let's continue to lift our voices on this matter. And let's, seek that change. Let's not stop the fight. So,
True.
Yeah, true. True. So speaking a little bit, I wanted to bring this up. We don't have to spend too much time on it, but I don't know if you ladies saw and gentlemen saw the latest scandal on the celebrity private schools and all of that that happened.
Yes.
Yeah. That's been going on forever, and it's I'm happy it's coming to light because there's the case where a black woman went to jail for trying to do the same thing, not even paying anyone. But I think she gave maybe a false address or something like that.
An address out of her
district. Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
And to get her son to go to So I'm like, we have situations like that, and then we have people who are paying people to make their kids
is illegal. It's bribing.
Not only that, not only bribing the people who could get them into these schools, but hiring people to write all these kids' papers, fix up their resumes, make it look, keep that family legacy going.
Right.
And it's I'm just happy it's brought to light because so many things. I'm happy about social media that we have it. That it has its downfalls, but so many things, are being brought to light now, and being spread across the world that has been hidden in the dark for so long. This has been going on since the establishment was set up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's horrible because also I know don't quote me on this, but I believe that a lot of those private schools, it's a numbers thing too, right?
Oh,
so they
absolutely.
only accept a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
So doing that is taken away from somebody who is actually
qualifies
to get into the school, and stuff like that because of their status. So I think it's horrible, and I'm also glad that it's come to light. And I'm so glad that so many things are coming to light.
It's the time. I mean, these are the things that I think my mom, we'd always say, Judgment Day is coming. A lot of things there's a lot of cleansing that's going to happen in the next, I think, 10 or 15 years. And just to touch upon what they did and what's going to happen. You're not going to put millionaires in prison, right? What's the retribution? First of all, reparations should be paid. Okay, I think there's a guy running for office right now who wants to be a potential 2020 candidate, Asian guy, right? And he's talking about what has been taken. It was on 105.1. I think one of the better interviews I've seen with a politician, really. And people fear that word. So one thing that I would like to see versus a fine, who cares? They can afford that. They post bond a $1 billion. These are people that understand the power of money, right? And like you said, it's a numbers game.
Right.
It's not about the admission. It's about what that name of that legacy brings, right? Because fitness brings a lot of money. I don't know if a lot of you people know that, but in the college arena, it's all about sports. A lot of these black players running around on the court, half the time I don't even watch the NCAA anymore. I think these kids need to be paid. That's number one. So let's see
that's a whole other.
Absolutely.
And them do that because sports bring so much weight. So stop it. Pay these kids. Okay, yes, they're going to go to college, but their coaches get paid $1 million a year. Pay these black kids. Number one. I'm done. Okay. Who is going to advocate for them?
Right.
They may get into the league. They may not. And I think that there's too much pressure on extracurricular activities for a person like Lori to be able to write a check. Also, Lori needs to now go to Crenshaw, go to a school where there's a genius at his house right now that can't get into UCLA. That is what I want to see. Pay forward with another child. I don't care about the jail time. That's nothing. It's going to keep on happening. There's other parents out there.
Oh,
It's not going to stop. That's what I'm saying to you. It's exposed. But what are we exposing? They need to pay. You got to hit them where it hurts, and that's in their bank account. child. She needs to pay for 2 kids.
And also, we need to stop supporting that behavior.
Oh
and I
my
think
God,
that by
nothing's gonna
exposing
happen.
it, that's going to change a little bit,
little
though,
bit, yeah.
because there are going to be people who are going to feel a certain way about supporting these people, you know, and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So
These kids didn't even want to go to college. They want to be socialized.
Right.
Right.
But because of
Right.
this stigma, oh my God, I'm on the rowing team.
Right.
Then you have these black young men that are sweating and they just want to make it
Right.
so bad.
Right.
I think those kids should get paid too, especially the ones that are going that have the potential
Yeah.
to
Right.
go pro. That's a whole different conversation. But it just bothers me that we put so much on sports.
I agree.
And that's why she did what she did for sports. So, but it's not going to change. So. I don't know. That's just my rant. I'm sorry.
No, that's
The
good.
privilege
Speak on
continues.
it.
Very, very great points. Very great points, guys.
Yeah.
I also wanted to briefly talk about the, I don't know if you guys are too familiar with it, but with the Dreamers Act. I'm a huge supporter of, you know, an advocate for children who are a part of immigrant who are born from an immigrant family, and you know their right to be able to stay in this country. So I think there was a bill that was recently passed, so that made me really happy, because I know that our president was against it for a very long time. So that's, you know.
So wait,
Shout out
so
to
if
that.
they're born here, they're not going to get deported.
That's what they're fighting for them not to get deported.
But they were not born here.
They were born here, but their parents were immigrant parents. So that's why it's called the
Oh.
Dreamers Act. So they're the dreamers. They're the children
Right, yeah,
of
so
the,
then, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. So I think they're advocating also for the families to be able to stay with the children. And yeah, so I think that's great. That's amazing.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. So Jesse Smollett,
Oh boy.
how do we feel about this?
Boom boom. Right.
Jesse
Yo,
Smollett, the case
That
was dropped.
story made no sense from the beginning.
It didn't. I
Everybody
agree.
jumped on it. I don't know if they felt pressure to post about it or whatever, but you should wait
Yes.
until you get
Get
the
more
facts
information.
and until it makes sense. That story never made sense from the beginning.
Right.
That's why I ain't say nothing.
Right.
I was like,
Look,
I'm not sure.
I forgot what awards it was, but Chris Rock said the funniest
the
joke ever.
NAACP.
NAACP.
Yeah, I
award.
think they told him
Oh,
not to,
man.
and he was like,
And
I'm
he
gonna
did
do
it
what I
anyway.
want.
And he did it anyway. I love that shock value of Chris Rock.
Yeah.
But Jesse he said, I'm not gonna call you Jesse, I'm gonna call you Jesse. He said, you haven't earned Jesse.
What was his motivation behind that? Was it pay? He was saying pay.
He felt underpaid, I believe, right?
And he probably was. I mean, we don't, and that's another thing too, when you do these movie sets, you don't know what I'm getting paid supposedly.
Right.
And so when it came to light, I don't really watch, what's it called, Entourage? Not Entourage.
Empire.
Yeah, I don't watch it
But
either.
my mother said he's one of the stronger characters. Now,
Right.
why couldn't that be a negotiation?
He is. They
This
built
is
a lot of
extreme.
storylines
That's
around
what I'm
him.
saying. This is extreme, guys. This is a man that probably felt devalued. He was crying out for help.
Yes. I
And
definitely feel like it was a cry
it
for
was the
help.
wrong way of doing it, right? Because he knows how we feel. Like you said, we're so woke right now. Yeah, they put a noose on his head. He knew it was gonna have publicity.
Repercussions, yeah.
But why are we not paying our black men again? Why are we not? And I think this shows the producer is Big Daddy. He produced a lot of movies with the Gabrielle.
Yes.
So maybe it's a network thing. I don't know why this is it, but he wasn't getting. According to him, it was money.
Did
Now,
it work?
I don't know who
like,
got
are
paid
they
the most.
like his job?
No, he's
like
dropped.
this is so
and
crazy.
there was communication about him potentially being dropped, so that was another reason why he probably
They took him out
did
the
it as
last two
well.
episodes, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
then
So
it's
it's
a
definitely,
survival- it's a survival
yeah,
thing.
definitely. But I don't agree with it. I don't think that he should have used something so delicate as victimizing, you know, people from the LGBT community. I don't think, he definitely took it too far. I don't think that that's the way you should use social media,
Yeah, his story was
right?
There's so
ridiculous.
many other ways.
So,
His network has
yeah.
to be crazy.
It is
There's
crazy. You know how
other
many
ways
people
that
came
he
out
could have
in
done
support
this.
of him? Celebrities,
Yes.
everything. Like,
Yeah, there were
how
other
can
ways.
you
That was so
manipulate
ridiculous.
your people
Your
that
own
way?
person. That's what I
Your
felt.
own
I felt
people.
Like, shame on you. You know, a lot of us, affluent African American people, we still haven't understood gender yet, especially in the healthcare field. You know, when I have a patient that is homosexual, it takes them so long to disclose that because to them, it's shameful, you know. But to touch upon why he did it, I think it's the money thing. But also, Jesse came from a well-known family,
Right.
Pressure from that, and he's a lighter skin. Now, honestly, when I was in Atlanta, Super Bowl weekend when this came out, I have a friend who is a gay man in America, and he told me, Jessica, this is a sham. He goes, we don't do that. He's like, we're so grateful for the support. Why would we put this in a net? And that's when I was like, oh my God, this is fake. I knew it was fake from that day. A gay man told me it was fake. They know. They're very intuitive gay men. You know, he said, this is not a hate crime. He said, it was too detailed with the news, certain things. And I was like, how do you know this?
It just didn't make any sense.
It really
I feel
didn't.
like they knew. The gay community knew is what I'm saying. They knew.
What Subway is open at 2:00 in the morning?
What is it called?
Subway. He
Okay,
said
Subway?
he said he was going to Subway to get a sandwich.
At 2 a.m. and
It's
it
not.
was mad cold that day, that night.
cold.
You
I
mad
thought
cold,
it
you
was a bar.
walking.
No, he was going to Subway.
No, not in Chicago. They're closed. I mean,
And they don't have Grubhub and Seamless and stuff out there. Why is he going outside at
Why is
this
he going
time?
Right, why is
and
he
it's
leaving
super
his-
cold.
I don't think he thought this.
It was
No.
too
Too
detailed.
well.
Like you said, it was
That's the
too detailed
problem.
with the hats and the news and all
That's
this
the
different
problem.
nonsense.
He paid
Yeah.
these two guys. Didn't think they would falter
Right.
when you know shit hit the fan.
But they
and
folded on him.
They
quick.
folded quick.
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen,
Oh, yeah.
these were men that he knew. They were attending the same gym together.
Right.
They, you know, so it's like he didn't think this through. He didn't think it through
At all.
at all.
They definitely
See
snitched
you
on
on
him.
Monday, Bob. Thanks for the
Right,
robbery.
right.
Right.
I had no idea what people knew. I'm over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know, he feels a little shame for this and.
And gets
Yeah.
the help he needs or
And gets the
whatever
help
it
he
was
needs,
that
yes.
he's crying out
Absolutely.
for.
I don't know if he's done though. Like I don't know if he's like if they blacklisted him yet.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think they blacklisted him yet.
I think this was a slap on the wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
like don't do it again, or you're really done.
Right.
You know
And
what I
again, you know, it's like a cry for help. So we gotta, you know, we do have to think maybe he's going through something internally, you know,
Why he did it,
and stuff like
besides
that.
the
Yeah.
money.
So let's not, you know, let's definitely let him know he was wrong, but let's not, you know, count him out altogether. Maybe he's just going through stuff right now. And speaking of mental health issues, Big Sean came out and put a video up, which I appreciated.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, I heard it on the radio, but I didn't see the video.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
suffering for a while. And
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
You just don't know.
You just don't know. He talked about, you know, taking a break because he just was going through so much that he had no idea like what was the next step in his life. So definitely he said taking a break was really important for him and I'm glad he did that, you know.
Sometimes people need to do that. They feel
Yeah.
pressure to stay current and stay visible and everything when none of that is going to matter if you're falling apart inside. You have
Right.
to take care of yourself first. You can't go get
Exactly.
another self.
Exactly.
You need to take care of yourself first.
Right.
That way you can put your best foot forward. Why be out there and be a hot mess and faking it
Exactly.
and everything when you need to figure out what your issues are,
Exactly.
deal with them, face them head on, and then come out strong.
I agree. And I definitely agree with taking time and working on yourself for sure. I know that I've had to do that a few times in my life and I think it's been the best thing because you cannot, like you said, put your best foot forward when you're going through stuff internally, you know, and especially you know, people like us who are influencers, it doesn't matter what level, you know, I'm not on his level, but if we're here trying to influence people, we have to make sure that we are all together, that we can talk to someone out of, you know, feeling depression or help them, you know, get to where they want to get to. We can't do that in a positive way if we're going through stuff. So absolutely. I also think his relationship was a little traumatizing too. So, but let's not talk about that. So, yes.
Big Sean is cute.
He is.
That's
I love him.
that's
He's
a
like-
good looking
That
man.
is a good looking man.
That is a very good looking man. He
No,
is
but listen,
sexy.
but I
I'm
mentioned
not
this.
in that mix. So
I mentioned this because
I'm gonna let y'all talk
listen,
on
I
that.
have to agree with Sloan.
Like,
Like,
he's choosing. Is that what you're going at?
well, I'm not saying the women he's choosing, but I think that relationship that he was in maybe was a little toxic. You know, that also contributes to a lot of
Not
mental health
Ariana, the other
illnesses.
one.
Yeah, what's her name? Which I like her as
Janae?
an artist with
Janae.
Janae.
Janae Aiko.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait.
Janae Aiko. I don't think they are anymore.
I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
They're
about
not.
her.
Cito knows, you know, so they're not.
I think
They're
it
not
was when
together.
she got a tattoo of his face on her arm is when he was like,
Yeah, well, she's a little deep. I mean, I wouldn't blame
I
it.
think she's too right. She's too deep.
I wouldn't blame it completely on her.
Too
because
deep
it's,
for
it's
you?
both parties.
Because it's a picture. It's not even a name anymore. You have a picture. That's a bit deep. Like you're so.
That's a bit permanent.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
Without
let's.
any type of permanence.
Right. Well, let's not. Well, you know what? Hold that thought, and we're gonna talk about this on our next segment, relationship and dating. I do want to talk about that because but it's true. Some people feel like certain things are too heavy, and it scares them away. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but there's people that feel that way. You know,
agree.
you might
I'm
feel
not
so
agree.
passionate, like, oh, I love him so much, I'm just gonna put his face, and then he might look at it like, wait a
You
second.
can speak to him first. And would you?
You know, so but we'll talk about that when
I'm
when
not
we'll
getting
come
nobody's
back.
nothing tatted on me at all.
That's
ever.
right. But I want to talk about you and how you feeling too. So listen, but let's move on real quick. Let's talk about people who are using, their stature, their celebrity to make them coins and then, continue their legacy for their family. Cardi B just trademarked. Are we allowed to say it anymore? Or we're gonna get sued. I don't know.
You don't know, do an extra long R at the end. She just did the 2 R's and the 3 R's. So do extra long.
She just
Yeah.
trademarked let me say it many times so I don't get sued.
I ain't mad at her.
I ain't mad at her either. Everybody started
Because
saying
the
that.
others
She needs
will
to make
try
some
to
coins off of that.
capitalize off of it.
That's right. I know the Kardashians,
See?
Khloe Kardashian was
Say
saying
no-
it for a
say no
while
more.
too.
That's
And I
enough.
actually thought it came from her
No.
for some reason,
See?
but it didn't.
See?
Right, exactly.
That's right. Get that trademark,
Yes.
Cardi.
Yes. There's a whole season when she was saying that. Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
She only did the 2 R's.
And 3.
She did
and
2
3.
and 3.
2 and 3 R's.
So we gotta just
That
keep
is
rolling
funny.
the tongue,
She did
and
the
so we
2
won't
R's.
get sued.
2 R's.
No.
That's so funny. I didn't know
That's
that
just
though.
Yeah, she did.
Oh my gosh.
She shoulda did
But
4
listen, she's
as
winning.
well.
She's winning. Has
Absolutely.
anybody gone to the Brooklyn Museum and checked out
Oh
their
my
new
gosh,
expo? They have a
I
statue
did.
of her there too.
Oh, really?
I meant to.
Yes.
Didn't they have a new exhibit out?
They
Like a
have
hip
a
hop
new exhibit.
I want to catch that.
Yes. So definitely go. I want to before they take it down. So let's see, because y'all know me and Brooklyn. I don't know. I love Brooklyn. I love
You
Brooklyn.
need to just
Brooklyn's
move to
in my
Brooklyn.
heart.
Why are
No,
you
I'm
in
just taking
Canada
it back.
right
Brooklyn's in
now?
my heart. But I live in the Bronx.
I'm playing.
And it's just, well, you know, you came from
It's a
Brooklyn
very
today.
long commute.
It takes an eternity
Yes.
to get
You're
there.
from the Bronx.
Yes,
Yes.
to
It's
where the
worth
Brooklyn
it.
Museum is. The
It's
two
worth
shrines.
it. It's worth it when you come.
I know.
Yeah,
I had to be here today, so I couldn't. I would have never made it. I would have been like, girl, let's stay sleeping.
Girl, it
Yeah, I
was
live in
so
Brooklyn.
hard to wake up. They
She
come
lives in
up
the
That's why I
here.
called you. I'm like, get out.
I'm right
Hi,
there.
Angelique, how are you? I was about to call you, so I'm like, I hope she didn't get lost. Oh no. Well, Angelica's in the building. We can't wait to talk to her. We're about to wrap our current
Wait.
events. Yes, go. Keep going. What?
You cannot mention Cardi B
And not mention who?
and not mention her little scandal that's happening right now.
What scandal? Put us on.
I'm sorry.
Because I don't know either.
What scandal?
There's a scandal really quick, but why is she in the Brooklyn Museum? I didn't get why. What's the rationale behind her?
I don't know the whole history of what the
Oh,
exhibit
okay.
is about, but I know that a lot of
Yeah, I
people
don't know
were
either.
putting up videos and stuff like that. So check it out and yeah.
Okay.
So what scandal? What happened?
Okay. What's the scandal?
Well, there was some old life. I mean, everyone.
Oh yes.
the
Okay.
girl,
drugging
yes.
come on.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay.
We're not letting you shine today,
When
Cardi.
she
I'm
was a
sorry.
dancer,
No, we cannot be like, get your coins and
Yeah,
then be
when
like,
she was a
wait,
dancer.
but.
She was getting her coins.
she used to
She was getting-
take guys, drug them, and take their
It's
stuff.
not, but
Yeah, and she admitted that.
I cannot let him over
Yo,
there.
the sound effects are hilarious.
I love that about the show.
she's so funny.
She was drugging people and robbing them.
Yeah.
She would lure them to
So
like a
does
hotel
that make it
room.
right?
Wait.
No,
B with
I
the
don't
side
think
comments.
that's quite.
No, it's wrong. What do you mean?
They're both
It's
wrong. No, they're both wrong.
It's
I don't think
completely
it's
wrong.
the same thing.
You know, according,
but they're both wrong.
Yeah, according to her, she's from the hood. She had to do what she had to do to get her coins and all of that stuff. But it was wrong.
To get your coins for studio
stripper
time,
mentality.
like that's not survival. Like
It's
I could
just-
see.
No, it is survival. She didn't have enough.
It's a strip. No.
No, robbing people for survival. Like, I need to eat. I can almost understand that, even though it's wrong.
Off to get money. Why would she have
There's
to still
other
rob
ways to get
people
money
and
for
drug 'em?
studio time. That's ridiculous.
She was stripping.
So that's justification?
No, listen.
Okay.
She was stripping. She was stripping. She encountered this man that came to her, didn't throw enough, so she's like, let's move this party out of here. Drugged him, took the coins that he wasn't giving her. Done.
Right.
I've been to strip clubs before, and I'll tell you this: some of them don't throw enough money to these women. I even tried to talk one of them out of stripping because she looked so miserable, and I was like, girl, they're not even giving you enough money.
Like, this is not for you, boo-boo.
That's right.
This is not for you.
That's right. I was like, girl, I'll give you my number. Let me know.
No, but let me tell you, when I first moved to New York when I was 19, a crew of girls tried to recruit me to do that.
To dance?
No, to set up dudes
Set
like
dudes
that.
up. Okay.
In hotel rooms and all
Line 'em
that.
up.
And I'm coming out here from Colorado, and I'm like, what
Yes.
do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
But no,
It
this
gets
has
ugly.
it does, and this has been happening for a long time. So, little private story. I met this guy. We all went to Atlantic City. We were hanging out, whatever. So I was like, I stayed with the girls, but I was catching up with him in his room and stuff. And he did something that was so crazy. Like, he was scared of that. I think that happened to him in the past because he was like, wait a second, I can't leave you out here with all my jewelry. You know, he's a flashy dude. I can't leave you out here with all my expensive jewelry because I don't know you like that, and I don't know if you're gonna rob me. And I was like, holy shit, I'm not gonna rob you. Don't worry. Do your thing. I'm gonna go back to my room. But shit like that happens for real. For real.
Brothers get lined up.
But then it goes a little deeper, because if you were going to someone's room to have sex,
Well, I wasn't going there to have sex, but
yeah, if you're going somewhere to have sex, but you're like, I'm scared, this person's gonna rob me, because you don't know them or trust them, but you want to have a sexual experience with them, like.
yeah, that's one of my questions for
Yo,
our dating
that's
relationship
kinda-
portion.
Men don't always think right. Let's just put it that way.
Right. Thank you.
They're not
I
thinking.
mean,
I get
They're
it. I
thinking with
get
the wrong
it.
head, that's
I
all.
get it, but it's like on a deeper level. That's kind of
But their
crazy.
jewels is more important than sharing their penis.
Right.
That was the thing.
Right.
Exactly.
Materialistic things.
On that note, we will be back, and we're going to talk about dating and relationship and all that craziness. What scares
Lord.
men, what doesn't scare men. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me sometimes, but we're going to get down to it. We're going to bring Dion, and he's also going to weigh in on this topic, but I can't wait because I need answers. We need
Roger
answers,
that.
ladies, right? We need answers.
Let's come on back.
Well, we're about to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the fabulous Angelica McNair, founder and CEO of Melanin on Wall Street. Don't go anywhere, guys.
We'll be back.
Long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees on the path to my own destruction or success. But what is a mistake without the lesson? See, the best teacher in life is your own experience. None of us know who we are until we fail. They say every man is defined by his reaction to any given situation. Well, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you do, homie, give your heart to it and stay strong. Stay strong. Stay strong.
With me and you know it. Yeah. Look, lot of niggas fail, but I won't. Lot of niggas fold, but I cope. Lot of niggas gone, but I'm home. Lot of niggas off, but I'm on. Lot of niggas lost on this road. Couple niggas gave up they goal. Gang of niggas traded they soul. But me, I'm standing on 10 toes. Looking out my Benz window. Wonder where my friends all go. Scared to give my heart to this girl. Paranoid she gon' leave if my hands get low. Knowing that this game to be played, but I'm knowing that this game to be changed. I should be afraid of afraid. I'm just trying to live up to the meaning of my name. I'm just trying to live up to the niggas in my gang. I'm just trying to live up to my moment on the stage. I'm just trying to live up to the truth of my pain and the power that it gave me on the youth for today. I put a coupe in a safe, and I shoot from the waist. My time is money, and I ain't got a second for you flukes and you fakes.
How do we dream for my walls? How do we dream for my niggas? How do we dream for my brother? How do they dream for my niggas? Yeah. How do we dream for my walls? How do we dream for my niggas? How do we dream for my brother? How do they dream for my niggas? Yeah. We can take
taking trips more than often this month. When I call, they pulling up, 2, 3, stream up. You ain't do enough for the clan, how I feel if I gotta sit it down. How the film gon' feel, 120 in a euro, one hand on the wheel. I was just broke, ran through a $250,000, can't believe I'm still here. Shed tears for the dead. Cubes in my daughter chain, she don't even wear. Pop my little brother up, you know we took it there. Real nigga telling on me, only thing that I fear. Yeah, only thing that I fear. Real nigga telling on me, only thing that I fear. Lot of niggas queers, lot of dope in the air. Lot of niggas queers, lot of dope in the air. Styrofoam contaminated, got a nigga meditating. Yeah, I said it got a nigga meditating. I can't even eat, less I'm medicated. I can't even sleep, less I'm medicated. I've been on my feet, chasing check after check. Nigga week after week, cause I'm dedicated. I can't even eat, less I'm medicated. I can't even sleep, less I'm medicated. I've been on my feet, chasing check after check. Nigga week after week, cause I'm dedicated.
I do this shit for my walls. I do this shit for my niggas. I do this shit for my brother. I do this shit for my niggas, yeah. I do this shit for my motherfucking niggas. I get it in money, yeah. I do this shit for them bitches that can whip it out with no tummy, yeah. I do this shit for my nigga pull up with Beretta, nigga. I do this shit for them bad bitches wearing red bottoms and Jimmy Choo. I do this shit for my dog, dude. I do this shit for my mama. I do this shit for my son. I do this shit for my brother. I do this shit for the world. I do this shit for the globe. I do this shit right here, nigga. And I do that shit right over for the boy. I'm wet like a boat. When I'm in my ticket, I talk in the truck. I do it for my brother. I do it for my foe. Got fathers on me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Niggas shoot from the toes. All the way up to the top. All the way up to the top.
Look, I'm from West Side, California. They run up on you. Ask you where you from and check your tats under your clothing. Hustler, go hard, make sure my knot's swollen. Fuck you, say the wrong hood, bullets explode, and I trust few people these days, cause that's gold. I seen niggas get killed for who they roll with and chose to keep inside they circle, Satan sitting on your sofa. Same nigga that shot you was the one you used to smoke with. Cold shit, my whole clique notorious. You heard of us, 6 soldiers, murderers, you still serving clubs. Jealous nigga, you broke as fuck, yo bitch on my nuts. Spilling Patron out my cup, she can't get enough. Buffing me down as I puff on the finest kush. They say I be doing too much, I just do my stuff. Yeah, I just do my stuff. Hustle, hustle, blue laces, shell cases. Check bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases. If you ain't no hoe, we getting paid, bitch. Blue laces, shell cases. Catch bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases. If you ain't no hoe, we getting paid, bitch. I got Slauson on my back, Ed Hardy on my hip, weight of the world on my shoulders, gold rollie on my wrist. Neighborhood chucks, blue checkerboard tip, Dickie sagging off my ass, walk with a husky limp. 2 bricks on my white tee, same color cocaine. I ain't talking dope, I mean the price of my gold chain. All money in, no money out, that was my slogan. What I mean by that is stack it up and don't spend no change. I started small time, dope gang, cocaine. 7 grams was 30 rocks, that was my program. The block propane, young nigga, no change. Shoot out with no aim, so they know your name. Cause where your mama paid rent, that was your game. So when your homeboy bled, that was your pain. And if y'all both catch a case, you don't say no names. That's just the code of the color of my shoestrings. Blue laces, shell cases. Catch bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases. If you ain't no hoe, we getting paid, bitch. Blue laces, shell cases. Catch bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases. If you ain't no hoe, we getting paid, bitch.
So many places, seen so many things. They Niggas turn against me, tryna chase that green. This ain't living. This ain't living, no. You're thinking you're getting paid, hustling every day while homies passing away, no. This ain't living. This ain't living, no.
Look, what happened to the code? Streets is all in shambles, niggas pondering they know. But it's a shame to what we stand for. They think we on some killing other niggas shit. We really on some stay down and diligent. The streets is cold, turn innocence to militants. Young niggas gang banging for the thrill of it. Pops was gone, moms was never home. The streets was right there, so they took you as they own. Blue laces, shield cases, catch bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases. If you ain't know, oh, we get paid, bitch. Blue laces, shield cases, catch bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases. If you ain't know, oh, we getting paid, bitch.
What Landa does with the mastering, it doesn't peak it to the point where of like, it gives you loudness and it kind of gives the record more body, you know what I'm saying? Without making the record sound like extremely, it never sounds distorted, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of places that master things, they push it to the limits to the point where it's knocking, but it's almost too loud, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't really happen here. So what I'm doing is, I'm just uploading the record I just did. Here's the, you can hear the difference in that shit.
Fast, reliable internet is crucial. Does it ever go down?
Forgotten.
Yo. You not on my level. I'm from the dirt, get the shovel. I had to talk with the devil. I had to talk with the Lord. My life you cannot afford. You not on my level. I'm from the dirt, get the shovel. I had to talk with the devil. I had to talk with the Lord. My life you cannot afford. Can't count the diamonds in the vessel. You not on my wave. I never take off a date. My young nigga take off your face. Aim that take and watch him do the race. My back still hurting from sitting on crates. You not in my zone. My niggas flocking your home. Don't come through the block on your own. Watch what you say, cause the cops on the phone. This is my life, this is not just a song. You not in my way. I don't see nothing you doing. I had a trap spot, it was booming. Shooter was bringing me guns every day. If it wasn't for rap, both our lives would be ruined. I know what I'm doing. I don't take advice from anybody. I would sell a gram in any lobby. Treat the FDR like I'm Ricky Bobby. I ain't pulling over if they get behind me. 7 bitches with us, get the molly. Too much work to carry, go and get a dolly. Reminiscing when them niggas lie me diamonds look like water. I don't talk in the God. I look them right in the face. The rate feel like you out of space. You book me, then you gotta pay. Billy assigned me no bottle, bring cases. My lawyer just dropped all my cases. Been Franklin on all of my faces. I just wish they would reopen aces. Lately been talking to God. Talking to God. Lately been talking to God. Talking to God.
Look, lot of niggas feel, but I won't. Lot of niggas fall, but I cope. Lot of niggas gone, but I'm home. Lot of niggas off, but I'm on. Lot of niggas lost on this road. Couple niggas gave up they go. Gang of niggas traded they soul. But me, I'm standing on 10 toes. Looking out my Benz window. Wonder where my friends all go. Scared to get my heart to this girl. Paranoid she gon' leave if my hands get low. Knowing that this game to be played, but I'm knowing that this game to be changed. I should be afraid of afraid. I'm just trying to live up to the meaning of my name. I'm just trying to live up to the niggas in my gang. I'm just trying to live up to my moment on the stage. I'm just trying to live up to the truth in my pain and the power that they gave me on the youth for today. I put a coupe in the safe, and I shoot from the waist. My time is money, and I ain't got a second for you flukes in your face.
I don't talking to God. I look them right in the face. The rate feel like you out of space. You book me, then you gotta pay. Billy assigned me no bottle, bring cases. My lawyer just dropped all my cases. Been Franklin on all of my faces. I just wish they would reopen aces. Lately been talking to God. talking to God. Lately been talking to God.
DJ Forgotten.
Got a lot of the shit like this, nigga. And I ain't even said it or wrote it yet. I just feel it, you know? Yeah. Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy. Yeah. Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy playing Savage Life. Niggas looking like I had it wrong. Now them niggas know I had it right. They don't know about them sleepless nights. Them looking for a reason nice. They said 6 degrees in life. Opportunity, preparation, they meet us nice. You see me up in Neiman's, right? My chain and my pinky bright. I'm valeting Mercedes Benz. Looking like somebody that people like. Can't but help to think how fake it is. This world and this music biz. I just want all of this paper though. So maybe I can try and change the shit. Maybe me, I'm too ambitious. Or maybe this a new dimension. Maybe them, they too religious. Maybe they judge my intentions. But either way, I'm on my mission. In the sky, for our love, I'm a tired ribbon. Life's a bitch, lady, love my women. Forever you my lady, I'm your fucking nigga. Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy playing Savage Life. Niggas looking like I had it wrong. Now them niggas know I had it right. They don't know about them sleepless nights. Them looking for a reason nice. They said 6 degrees in life. Opportunity, preparation, they meet us nice. Capping for a cheaper price. Hustling for a bucket, keep your sneakers tight. Shoot a box, catch the cheapest flight. If it land, thank you, Jesus Christ. You ain't gon' get it till you see it right. And jump off in this legal life. Feel the pressure from your people, right? But still choose to lead them right. Sometimes I rap about my feature price. Or all of my defeats in life. They told me don't believe the hype. But I felt like this about myself before the mic.
And, you know, if you look at like the movie industry, you don't base the success off how many tickets sold. You know, like, what's the gross? How much you gross? Period. Right? When it comes to business, the bottom line is, you know, we in business to make money. How much you gross? And so, it's like, I feel like it's a looming question mark over Hollywood, over the entertainment music industry. What's the new business model? And to me, you know, the people that lead to that answer, and then they intelligence, they hustle, they effort, they mind power, they, you know, whatever they can offer to that question, and to fixing that and coming up with an answer to that, I feel like that's one of the most important things going on. Like in the 60s, they were trying to get to space. It was a race space. They were trying to go to, you know, the moon. And then it was like, they had industrial revolutions. And right now, I think it's the business model creators of this new era that's going to be able to be the titans of business moving forward. People that create new business models, you know, as well as products that, you know, are sold and consumed, and services that are consumed via these models. But I feel like the giants gonna be the ones who create the business models. That's what we trying to do with this Proud to Pay. Fuck the middleman. And, this disruptive multimedia collab that I'm doing with Ryan Leslie.
Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy playing Savage Life. Niggas looking like I had it wrong. Now them niggas know I had it right. They don't know about them sleepless nights. Them looking for a reason nice. They said 6 degrees in life. Opportunity, preparation, they meet us nice.
So call in 9.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fearless Radio Show. For everyone who's watching on social media, I know our breaks be mad lit and fun. we just gotta get reacquainted with each other, say hello, like bring the positive vibes so that we can bring great content to you. So that's what we're doing on our breaks. But thank you so much for watching as always. You can catch our past shows on fearlessradioshow.com. Call in, everyone, 347-590-0024. And you can also watch live on dsmbx.online. So definitely tune in with us. We have our amazing guest here today, Miss Angeliqua McNeil, CEO and founder of Melanin on Wall Street. Yes. How are you?
I'm great.
How are you doing? I was just sharing with everyone that you just had actually 2 amazing events. I didn't even mention the brunch. She had 2 amazing events in March, one in celebration of Black Her Story Month and another in celebration of Women's History Month. So it was super amazing. I was so happy to be a part of it. Thank you again so much. I'm so grateful to you.
You're welcome.
And in the little time that we've been talking with each other and seeing each other, I feel like we've built such a great bond, and I feel like you exude that, and you do that with a lot of women, which we love and appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so talk to us about your journey, how you got started, what made you want to empower women and bring women together. What did you feel was lacking that you wanted to bring to us? And while you say that, I'm gonna just walk away real quick, but keep talking. My camera went on.
Hold on.
I want to catch this.
Okay, so we're gonna wait before she asks me this amazing question. Hi guys. Yes, I'm at Fearless Women Radio.
Technology. Right?
My sis got me in the BX, Brooklyn girl in the Bronx.
All right. So I was asking Angeliqua what made her be inspired to inspire women and to bring women together and create this community where, you know, she can provide resources to all of us and just bring us together for, you know, a safe space, a sisterhood.
Well, basically, I work on Wall Street, and I realized when I first started working on Wall Street outside of college, I realized that it wasn't a lot of women that looked like me, especially because I started in real estate law, and it was a man's world, but it was majority Caucasian men in that industry. And I was like, something is lacking here. And then I realized that later on I had to hire like an assistant, and I hired, of course, a woman of color because I support my woman.
That's right.
And I was like, I need to create a niche and a network to help us come together professionally to kind of, you know, network with each other, build each other up, give each other bonds, love on each other, care for each other, have each other's back, put each other on, whether it's job opportunities, whether it's just to be there for someone if they're going through a bad time. So I definitely wanted to create something for millennial women who are professional women that have 9-to-5 jobs, and even if they have a side hustle, to just come together and just talk and love on each other and create a sisterhood and just build the connection. That's pretty much what it was. And I was just kind of inspired by it because I said, wow, there's no one, I don't really see many black women on Wall Street. I don't really see many Latina women on Wall Street. And then when you do see them, they're either a receptionist or a secretary or they have like, you know, a low-end job. So I said, you know what, even outside of my network, I want to make sure that I can provide job opportunities and provide different things for those women so that way they can also be fulfilled in the things that they desire.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. Yes,
You're
give a
welcome.
clap to Angeliqua. Yes, I think that's such a great thing because actually on my way here too, I just always love having such great empowering conversations. So we actually mentioned you and we were talking about you know, just finding a way to be able to actually help women, you know, get those resources that they can't get to, because there's so, you know, you and I have talked about that. There's so many women empowerment events, and there's so many, you know, just things that we attend to that are like that we really walk away. Yes, it was a great experience. Yes, we heard some great women talk, but what are you walking away with?
Exactly.
Did you gain a new network? Did you gain a new connection? Did you connect with someone who can help you maybe through mental health issues or finding a job, or, you know, just whatever you need to get that next step to go to that next level, right?
Exactly.
I feel like that's what we're missing a lot. We're doing a lot of, like you said earlier, a lot of talking, but we're not doing a lot of delivery.
I think, just to chime in really quick about what we're getting from an event, you're only going to get so much as you pour in. I think that what we do so wrong, what we do where we're bad at, and I think that's what I'm trying to fix with my networking, like you mean in class, is you get only as much as you put in. You have to ask the right questions, right? I think a lot of us ask the wrong questions. How can I get put on? I just got on myself. Right. How am I going to put you on? It's all about wordplay, and I think that's why it's so important when you go to these classes, workshops. You have to be empowered in yourself. What do you want? And these are the 10 tips that I teach because we're not asking the right questions. We want to be your friend on social media.
Absolutely.
We're not taking the takeaways, right? I think that Asian women, Caucasian women, they have been given the foundation. So we don't know what we're doing when we're in a workshop.
Right.
Because we don't even know how to level up our own selves.
Exactly.
And I think that's what made me so successful in such a short time, because I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I'm going to network really great with you and you, but what about the other sister that's so shy? You know what I mean? So they'll come to your event, but they're not going to get a lot of it because they don't know the skills.
Right.
Have to learn the skills first.
Right.
Exactly.
Pay for the skill.
Exactly.
Right? Because like you said, a lot of these communities, they don't have public speaking workshops. They don't value it.
Yes.
So you're gonna buy mine, and you're gonna value my workshop. So I can pour it into the charter school system and stuff like that. But I think a lot of the times when we see somebody successful, like, oh my God, how do I get it?
Right.
They had a system.
Yes. But that's why I like this. One of the things that you did this past month that I really appreciated was you had an event that was super major. And there could have been those shy women in there who are not used to speaking out loud and talking or even going up to people. And that's fine, but they enjoyed it. But then you had she had like a smaller scaled brunch with amazing women where it was like such a safe space and everyone, you felt comfortable talking to anyone who was there, you know? And I think that that's super important because like you were saying, sometimes there's people that don't know how to speak up. And I want to touch on something you said. I think it's very important for women moving forward when you attend an event to actually come with questions prepared.
Exactly.
I think that's very important.
And that's perfectly fine to come with questions prepared.
Right.
I say that to my students.
Right.
Why did you show up? Oh, I want to get put on. That is not the right way. I always teach, what can I do for you first? And I think we have it wrong. We're so needy. We're so entitled.
Yes.
Especially when I see someone that looks at me on stage. I want to be your best friend. No. Have to know how to.
Yeah, because you don't know what it took to be put on anyway to begin with.
It's
so
such a turn off. So they come to me. Oh, how can I be the next you? What?
Exactly.
Talk to me better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be me.
Cito,
talk to me better.
Exactly. Why it's not showing down there?
It's so true.
And that's
the logo. It's not showing down there. I'm sorry, Matt sidetracked, but I'm always paying attention to everything. Oh, it's not on. Oh, okay. All right.
And that's why I always say that Melanin on Wall Street is more than just events, because with Melanin on Wall Street, even though we're a professional woman network, I like to make sure that I can feel you, I can touch you, and that's why I created that Group Me. So when I created the Group Me, I said, you know what, I need to figure out another way where I can connect with my ladies and see what they need from me, whether they need help, how can we help you, how can you guys connect with each other? And even with the brunch last week, like I said before, it's more than just a brunch. Like when I did this event, the high tea brunch party in celebration of Women's History Month, I wanted to do something smaller because what I realized is that when Melanin on Wall Street have an event, it's like 120, 130 people. And you can't really gravitate and reach everybody. Exactly.
That knows who to go to.
Exactly. Because even myself, I'm like, everyone's like pulling me in different directions. And then everybody's like, oh my God, can I take a picture? Oh my God, can I do this? Oh my God, can I get your card? Oh my God, can I? Exactly. So when you come to our events, it's like, when Melanin on Wall Street do events, we make sure that we provide resources for you. You're not just coming to a brunch to just, be cute and just look pretty. And then it's like, hey girl, let me get your Instagram. We got to link up. We got to connect. Our organization is more of a professional brunch where we need to provide resources for each other on you leveling up your life professionally, financially, spiritually, and mentally.
Yes.
And that's what we're big on.
That. And this amazing lady right here, she is like the research queen. So I know she can touch on this. I encourage women to also do research. Like you shared everyone who was being honored, right? I know I looked up everyone and I was like, okay, let me see who I can connect with. Let me see who can, how I can help you and you can help me and stuff like that. So I would encourage everyone to research. Like if you're going to an event, people who are speaking or who are being honored, research them because there could be something from any one of them that you want to connect with. Know why you're there.
And that's even with our Black Her Story Awards, I made sure this was our first Black Her Story Awards that I put together in 1 month because I felt like, you know what, we have so many women that are doing amazing things in the professional realm, whether they're not always in entertainment, they're not out there doing that, but we have real women doing real things, making great money and pouring into our community. So when I did the Black Her Story Awards, I was like, why not honor Anisha from Pix 11. She's doing freaking amazing. She's a woman of color on Pix 11 News, freaking doing all the great stories right now. And then we had so many other people that are doing, whether they're in PR, whether in finance. We had the CFO who's a woman of color of New York Life. That's the kind of stuff that we're on. We're coming to celebrate you as a woman of color in the professional realm because a lot of the times people always preaching entrepreneurship. And I always tell, at any event, I'm like, listen, I'm a woman of many hats. I'm like a queen of wearing 5 different hats at one time. But one thing I always say is be smart about whether, I know everyone wants to start their business, but you have to be logical, you have to be ethical, and you have to be smart about what you're doing. Don't just automatically just quit your 9-to-5 because that person that you saw on Instagram is like, girl, I quit my job.
They made it glorified.
And girl, but then when you go to their event, you don't really get poured into, you don't even feel it. So I always say, girl, I'm not trying to get rid of health insurance right away. I mean, I'm not trying to get rid of those benefits.
And we really need that at this time in our life right now.
So I always say, just be logical and be smart.
Yes.
about the things that you do. And when you go to these women empowerment events, always research too, because a lot of women, queen of research, and she's going to talk about that, but a lot of women even come to me in my DMs, or I speak to them in person. They're like, I went to this event and it was just like, woo, it wasn't my cup of tea. And then, you know, on social media, right, a lot of turbulence. No, seriously.
It's funny.
Like the women are shady, they're cliquish, and then when you go there, it's a little, you know, it's a little hood. So it's like,
everybody just wants to put something
exactly, and be authentic about it. Like, you know, you have to be authentic, because we can tell when people are fake women empowerment people. I know I can clock it a mile away. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
and you wanted to touch on.
Oh no, on just research, my favorite thing to do in life. I recently went to South by Southwest, and I was able to have one-on-one mentoring sessions with other music supervisors, because that's what I'm going into. I'm transitioning from DJing to music supervision. But before I went, I looked up and damn near stalked every mentor that I was going to speak to, so that when I approached them, I knew what to talk about.
Exactly.
I was able to talk about things we had in common, because I looked at their Instagram page, their websites. I looked up the companies that they run, how long they've been running it, each and every person, so that when I sat down, you only get 15 minutes.
Exactly.
So I was like, I knew what I was going to ask each one. I knew what cities they were from. I knew how to
connect
not
with them.
schmooze, but connect.
It's about the connection.
You have a very short window.
So you have to
a very short window when you know you're meeting some of these people sometimes. So you have to make sure you make an impact.
Yes. You have to make an impact, and that's why I wore my crazy hair too, because I was like, I wore a white wig, a white bob wig. I flat ironed it, cut it, and I was like, they're gonna remember me.
That girl with the white wig.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It was so stark. I was like, I need to stand out. So I was like, I want to wear this. That way, when I reach out to them, they're going to be like, oh, I remember you. My profile picture is that hair. So they're going to be like, I remember you from that day.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
I always say I'm the lady in red, because I don't even realize that red is my power color.
It looks so good on you.
And I didn't realize it. I was like, every event, I'm like, why do I have on red? And it didn't even dawn on me until I legit had to find a last minute dress, and guess what it was? Red.
It looks so good on you. Yes.
And then people realize the
Looks
girl
so good on you.
from with the red dress. And I'm just, someone pointed out to me,
memorable.
Alexandria from Think Like a Boss, she's like, sis, you know red's your power color, because you always in red. And I'm like,
that's right. That's right.
Yes.
I'm like, it's not coincidence.
And that's with everyone. I feel like, especially in entrepreneurship, you need to find what sets you apart, right?
Exactly.
Like what makes you unique, whether it be your personality, the energy you put out there, your look, whatever you're offering, you know, you definitely look within yourself and find what makes you unique. And I think that once you find that, you feel a little more confident, because then it doesn't become, it eliminates the competition part of it, right? Because you're unique. You found what it is that's true to you, and it's different from everyone else. So, and there's something else that you both said also that I wanted to touch on. I feel like it's important to find your value, right?
Absolutely.
And what you want to represent yourself with. So I like that you're like, oh no, I'm picking and choosing. Like I don't agree to everything that they ask me to do. And also yourself, you know, you put together events and you invite certain people because you know what kind of network you want to build.
Correct.
So I think that's also very important. You don't have to say yes to everything to just always be in a room full of in the loop or in a room full of people. Definitely find your worth and what you want to represent.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we're talking about this. And if anyone, shameless plug, if anybody honestly wants to network effectively, you need to take my class, you need to book me for your workshop. I know what I'm doing.
I feel like we should do something.
We
should
yes.
do something.
Like, absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
ebook is coming into your email shortly, but you have to learn how to communicate.
You have to.
Show up.
You have to. Absolutely.
And network effectively. That's so important. And a lot of people I notice in the group meet, like, they say, like, you know, hi, my name is Angelico, and I do this, and I do that, and I do this. But it's like, okay, what is your why?
What is your why?
And that's, remember when I asked that question? I said, I need you guys to, I said, everyone in this chat, I need you to explain to me what is your why.
Correct.
Go.
Right.
Because what happens is a lot of people really don't know their why.
They don't.
Right.
So they have to sit back and think about it.
Yes.
And I recently asked someone that not too long ago. I said, what is your why? What fulfills you as a person?
Very important. very important, because if you don't know your why, then I don't trust you. I feel like this is a finicky conversation.
Right.
Now, I'm very particular. I could have been talking to someone else that knows their why and how we can build on the next level. It's very strategic when you're networking, and it's very strategic to know how to communicate effectively.
Right.
It's not, and I tell people, you have to believe in yourself.
Yes.
And have confidence.
And if
have confidence.
Yes. And if you're still not in that place where you feel strong enough or confident, don't feel discouraged.
I was gonna say that.
Yes. Don't feel discouraged.
Because a lot of people don't know their why.
Right.
But they need to.
They
They need to
find
know
out
that
their
they
why
need
and
to
how
know
they can
that.
find
They
it.
need to know that they need
Right.
to know that.
Or even if they can't afford the class, what's the alternative? Okay, if you can't afford the class, you hit someone up. Hey,
Exactly.
I really
That
want to
was-
come to your
yes.
class. Because I have
Yes.
people that want to say I want to come to your event. I can't afford to
Yes.
come.
Right.
You can
Yes.
send me a DM if you're financially cannot make it to any event. Contact somebody, DM them, hey,
Yes.
I really think this event is going to motivate me, it's going to empower me, it's going to take me to the next level. However, I don't have it financially,
Yes.
but when I do have, I can donate to you whenever I get
And
it.
you know what?
You never know.
Or I can do something for
Yes.
you.
Exactly.
And you
We
know
can do
what?
something for each
Right.
other.
Right.
Oh, we bothering them.
Right.
Oh, losing them. No, you're bartering.
No,
It's
but
all about
also,
wordplay.
but you know what it is too, is that I'm glad you're doing that, because also there's a lot of other organizations, and we're not here to bash anyone. We're just trying to open the door to making things better. There are other organizations out there, and that's another conversation I was having on my way here, that are not open and receptive that way. They won't even respond to your messages.
No, they won't
respond to
respond.
your emails. They won't respond to your DMs. But I'm going to tell you this again.
But
don't
they
get
respond to your money.
discouraged. Right. Don't get discouraged, because there are women organizations like ours who were open to whatever circumstances you're going through. We've been there. We've been in those shoes. We've been in those shoes so many times, so we know how it is. If your passion is there, reach out, and we're here to talk to you. We're here to allow you to come into, not even allow you, just receive you to come into the space and get the resources that you need, definitely. Thank you for that. That's amazing. Yeah.
I love it too.
That's why we kicked Lawrence out, because it was like women power right here. I'm kidding. No, but let's talk about your background a little bit. You're from Brooklyn. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, and you're also doing amazing things. She's opening up a business. So let's start with your background and all that good stuff, and let's lead into that.
Well, of course, I'm a Brooklyn girl.
Yes.
I'm born in Brooklyn, Clinton Hills, Brooklyn. I have a sibling. I got one sibling. My mom is a nutritionist for the Board of Education.
Nice.
I have a weird background, though. It's a little crazy. I used to be ashamed of my background, where I came from. It's not until recently I used to say, like, oh, my mom's a nutritionist, my dad was a drug dealer, but my stepdad raised me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I literally used to be so embarrassed, because I'm like, I'm this professional woman. I'm on Wall Street now. But then I realized that's a part of the story. I wasn't supposed to be there.
That's a part of the story.
You know what I mean? So definitely that's a little bit of my background. I went to college in Atlanta, Art Institute of Atlanta. I got my fashion marketing management degree. Before I got into law, I decided to be a marketing manager. So I used to work for a big fashion company running their operations and marketing. And then I got tired of that. I realized that I like transactional work. I like closing deals. I like seeing multi-million-dollar things. It just makes me feel good. And that's how I got into real estate law. And then from real estate law, now I'm just doing real estate law, personal injury, malpractice, litigation.
Love it.
But I'm on trial now.
Yes.
Yeah, so now I do trials. Yeah.
Oh, like, I thought you were
Oh, no, girl.
Right, her face was like,
She's like,
like, wait, can you
I would never, sis, I will never out myself, okay?
Right.
I was like, I don't think she would talk about
Like,
that.
hello, I
either.
am a senior paralegal. I will never out myself. I think I'm too smart for that one. But yeah, so I'm a senior trial paralegal, and that's pretty much what we specialize in. I love what I do. When I first started out in that career, I really didn't have experience. I pretty much just had faith and was like, listen, this is what I can do. This is what I can offer you. You should give me a chance, period. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I kind of want to get more into law. I'm going to go back to law school. So I decided to go back to law school. I go to Brooklyn Law part-time. Don't know how I'm doing all this.
Right.
But
neither do I.
but yeah, so I decided to go
got
back to
this.
law school and stuff like that, and just kind of realize what law do I want to specialize in, and how can I help our community in the things that we don't know. Because I realized even working in real estate law, we don't have a lot of minority people buying these residentials and stuff like that. So I see all these transactions happening with Jewish people, with Caucasian people, and I'm just like, I think, Black people need to know that they can pull from their life insurance policy and borrow money and pay it back, or you can pull out your mutual funds and buy real estate, because that's what these people do. They flip their money and make it more money and then put it back. So that's a lot of the things that I like, that I learned from my job, so that I can pour into our community and let them know that, hey, you can do it too.
Wow. Yes.
And that's another thing with Melanin on Wall Street that I pretty much like to talk about. Is like, hey, financial literacy. Like, we're doing a financial literacy event coming up, so we can help people work on their credit, learn how they can build business credit, learn how they can get mutual funds. You can start with $500, $500, and you can build that up and be a multimillionaire in a few years. And then you can have kids to be a millionaire, baby millionaires, And that's what it's about. Like, we need to learn and we need to educate ourselves and go to certain events where we feel like it's going to benefit us, not to just be in the scene, not to just be in the loop, but say, you know what, I need this to improve my life. Because aren't you tired? That's what I did. I looked at my family and I was like, aren't y'all tired? Because I am. I cannot live like this. I know that I like nice things.
It's true, yes.
I like nice things, so I know I cannot live this way.
And there's so many different areas in your life for improvement. So don't not only go to events that are going to benefit your craft.
Exactly.
Also go to events like financial literacy that'll help you, build your credit and your finances to be able to support your craft and your dream and your goals.
Because you need credit for everything, honey. You got to get credit to have an apartment.
A grant.
Everything.
There's money out there that we
exactly.
we don't get.
So much.
We don't want to write
so
the grant
much.
proposal
A
letter.
plethora.
It's so much money out there. Oh my God, there's so much money. But that's pretty much how I got started. And then I'm opening up a kids spa in May. Next month. Thank you.
I'm so excited about
It's
that.
the first ever licensed children's spa ever. It's going to be in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Nice.
951 Grand Street.
Yes.
I don't have a grand opening date yet. I'm working on it.
Okay.
But I'm going to, it's going to happen.
That's so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
And people ask me, like, so a luxury kids spa?
I know, like, can I get in?
Yes, you can. You can get in, sis. You can get in. But I wanted to create, I realized that it wasn't a lot of things for kids anymore. And I realized that, as adults and as women, we have all these necessities. We get our lashes done, our eyebrows done, our nails done, our toes done. But I realized that kids need to understand the level of self-care, mental awareness,
and they already like that to begin with. So to have like a nice fun space where you will be respected, because we talked a little bit about why you wanted to start it, right? Where you could be respected and treated kindly and not rough and treated, have
patience and love on the kids. So that's why I'm starting our kids spa, and I'm going to be doing a lot at the kids spa. It's not just something where you can have kids spa parties and get your nails and your feet done, but we're also going to be having workshops and seminars for young kids, for the community, so they can learn. Like, I'm collaborating with Jatali, the founder of Kids Who Bank. She's going to be funding a lot of the stuff for our children, so they can learn financial literacy at a young age. From like 6 to 14 years old. They're going to know what credit is and what they can do with credit and what they need. And it's crazy because her books, a lot of parents don't even know what this stuff is.
Right.
So your kid is learning this stuff. So we want to make sure that we install this stuff that they don't teach in schools. So we're definitely going to be offering memberships for your kids. It's going to be super cheap. Trust me, I got you on that. It's going to be super cheap. You just drop your kids off. It's going to be a lot of educational programs. We have some very friendly staff. I'm also hiring for a bilingual receptionist if you're looking for a job. And that's another thing I wanted to just make sure I give back to the community as well.
Absolutely, yes. Shout out to you, yes.
Love it.
And I want to give a shout out to Jatali. She's the founder of Kids Who Bank. She's doing amazing things. She has her Kidpreneur Awards event today. So she's, shout out to Jatali. She's doing amazing things. We'll be there in a little while. But, oh my God. All you amazing women doing so many amazing things. I love this. This is what I'm all about.
Someone asked me the other day, like, Ange, how are you operating? I'm just like, honestly, I just do it.
On E.
I am on E. Like,
on E.
If you think about it,
I
you'll
work
be
9 to 6 p.m. You just got to do it. 9 to 6 p.m. Then you have, sometimes I work overtime. Then it's like, then I have the kids spot. Like, I legit stayed up until 2:30 in the morning doing an employment handbook and employment. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so tired, but it got to get done.
Yes, exactly.
So I think women of our generation are definitely multifaceted. We're definitely good at a lot of different things because it's our time. And Yeah, we're badasses.
Yep.
Oh my God, thank you so much for being here today.
You're
We're
welcome.
so
I
excited.
enjoyed- I loved
I'm so happy, yes, that you're able to share your story and everything you're working on with everyone. I really love that. We really care about you. You're amazing, amazing, amazing. So let everyone know where they can follow you, what you have coming up, and let everyone know about the group chat because that group chat is amazing. I can barely chime in because, I'm
It's
busy
literally,
as shit.
like,
but
the group chat goes on without me even
Yes.
talking. I'm just like, I go in, I'm like,
But
okay,
it's
what are they talking about? I have to
excellent-
scroll up,
It's
okay?
an excellent, excellent group chat. It's definitely a good way to start with the networking, and from there you'll hear about all the other women's events as
We have
well.
amazing
Everything
women
that
in that
everyone
chat.
has going on. Everyone has so many amazing things going on, and there's also opportunities in there too to be able to make some money and to participate or whatever the case is. So let everyone know that.
Okay, so you can follow me on Melanin on Wall Street, Melanin on Wall Street on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Our group me, if you want to join our group me, just send us a DM and we'll send you the link because it's a link to get into the group me. It's because it's a private network group. Also, Fancy Spatacular on Instagram. It's Fancy Spatacular. That's the kids' luxury spa.
Follow it.
What else did I miss? My personal Instagram is Stylishly
Yes.
Iconic. That name is soon going to change. I'm just really in like a space right now where I'm like, how do I change my name? Because everyone knows Stylishly Iconic,
yes,
but
can
then
we
I'm
talk
growing into
about-
this businesswoman, so I'm like, yeah, that name has to go. Do I put Angeliqua M?
Yes.
I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out some kind of ways to be creative with my personal Instagram name.
That's what I had to do. You have to do it. But I also want you to talk about your name too and let everyone know how to properly pronounce it.
Yes. Oh my God. So a lot of people always pronounce my name wrong. Some people call me Angelica. It's Angeliqua. In Spanish, it's Angeliqua. So
Yes.
yeah.
So don't mess it up again.
Don't mess my name up again because Sue. Listen, my sister over here.
But in my head,
I will let her go
you're
by.
my
I'm just like,
sister.
I'm like,
because in our heads we're sisters. So
I'm
she's
like,
probably
I'm
not
like,
even
girl,
gonna fight
if we
her
don't
on
get,
it.
I'm like, if she get my name wrong one more time.
Today was
Today was the day. I was like, listen, sis, it's Angeliqua,
But
sis.
listen, we'll talk behind the scenes because not everyone knows my real name, but the people that
Yeah,
do,
I was gonna
they
say
also,
your
they
name.
also get it wrong as well.
They
all
will never
the
get your
time.
name.
And
Her
that-
real
I'll tell you
name
later.
is
I'll tell you later, Cito.
the way it's
I'll
spelled
tell you
and
later,
everything.
Cito.
It's just like what? I wouldn't know how to say it if you didn't
Yeah,
say it.
exactly. So they. And
Right,
you
let's
probably
just
didn't
keep
know how to
calling
pronounce it.
her
Oh my God.
Sue Fearless name, her name that was
That's
black
why-
to
I have to,
her.
I have to speak to Angeliqua because I used to work on Water Street in a
Yes.
law office
Which law
for 15 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh, we're
28, and I'm
young.
28, so.
We're young.
15 years? That means you started from the bottom.
I've been working for actually over 20 years.
Wow.
But
right.
we're not gonna talk about that.
Next.
No, but I
And listen,
remember I
and
need
look,
to
and
speak
look,
to her.
Look, melanin is popping. That's why she don't look it. She don't look it. She don't look it.
And actually the lawyer, the top lawyer in my office, she's a black woman and she only hired women of color.
Nice.
I
loved
it.
it.
I love it.
Yeah. So
And
we
you
have
know,
to
working
speak
at law
about
firms
that.
is not easy,
It's
especially
hard.
when you're dealing with men.
Not
Honey, because I'm going through a situation right now.
Let's not talk about that though.
But we ain't gonna talk about that,
But
but it's definitely not easy
Yes.
working in a man's world.
Yes.
And I think
It's
a lot
hard,
of people
it's
don't
hard.
talk about either, like when sometimes you feel uncomfortable or different things that go on in the workplace, whether it's stuff are said or how you wear your hair or the way
Yes.
you dress, or if
Yes.
you're a little curvy, like
Yes.
you want to make sure you're body conscious and being appropriate
Right,
for work.
right.
It's just so much that goes on in the corporate spectrum that a lot of us don't share
Yeah.
as well.
But that's why also when it is a female-centered workplace, love on your girls. Love on your coworkers.
That's what it should be like,
Because
and it's
we're-
not
we-
always. It should be
right.
that way,
And
but
that's why I
there's
bring it up because we fight
It's
so
catty.
hard.
No, it's
We fight so hard for women to be included and women to be in high positions and women, just to have a workspace for women. And it's like once we're there, everyone does not treat it as
It's,
an
Oh my
it's,
gosh.
a, it's a
They-
mindset. It's a mindset.
Yes.
You should want to help those behind you, but some of them are like,
Exactly.
well, I didn't have any help, so you need to
Right.
figure it
Yes.
out.
And you know what's crazy?
Instead
I
of
remember
passing
when I
that down,
first-
you should try
When
to
I
lift
first
your girl
started in the
up.
law industry, you know what's crazy? I had to learn everything on my own because the woman would not train me because she thought I would take her job.
Oh,
And I'm just like, you're older, right? Like you're older than me. I'm like, PYT out here in the law firm.
Yeah, but
I was like 26 at the time.
But you know, you can't feel threatened and you can't react that way because that's what's gonna lose you your job, sis.
Because you're so focused on the wrong thing. You focused on me.
That's what's gonna make you lose your job, girl. Come on now.
Yeah, no one's trying to take your job, honey.
Listen, we could go on and on and on.
I wouldn't want that. A lawyer is
But
no joke.
listen, as we're about to take a break, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk. We're gonna end the show with dating and relationship conversations. And listen, these are 4 powerful women sitting right here.
Oh my God,
and
dating?
a powerful sister right there too. So we need to know what's going on. We need answers, everything. So we got 2 amazing men that are gonna come sit with us, and they're gonna attempt to try to understand where we're coming from and answer all of our questions. And we'll answer theirs too, definitely from a female perspective. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back really quick this time around.
Got a lot of the shit like this, nigga. And I ain't even said it or wrote it yet. I just feel it, you know? Yeah. Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy. Yeah. Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy playing Savage Life. Niggas looking like I had it wrong. Now them niggas know I had it right. They don't know about them sleepless nights. Them looking for a reason nice. They said 6 degrees in life. Opportunity, preparation, they meet us nice. You see me up in Neiman's, right? My chain and my pinky bright. I'm valeting Mercedes-Benz. Looking like somebody that people like. Can't but help to think how fake it is. This world and this music biz. I just want all of this papered up. So maybe I could try and change the shit. Maybe me, I'm too ambitious. Or maybe this a new dimension. Maybe them, they too religious. Maybe they judge my intentions. But either way, I'm on my mission. In the sky, for our love, I'm a tired ribbon. Life's a bitch, lady, love my women. Forever you my lady, I'm your fucking nigga. Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy playing Savage Life. Niggas looking like I had it wrong. Now them niggas know I had it right. They don't know about them sleepless nights. Them looking for a reason nice. They said 6 degrees in life. Opportunity, preparation, they meet us nice. Capping for a cheaper price. Hustling for a bucket, keep your sneakers tight. Shoot a box, catch the cheapest flight. If it land, thank you, Jesus Christ. You ain't gonna get it till you see it right. And jump off in this legal life. Feel the pressure from your people, right? But still choose to lead them right. Sometimes I rap about my feature price. For all of my defeats in life. They told me don't believe the hype. But I felt like this about myself before the mic.
And, you know, if you look at like the movie industry, you don't base the success off how many tickets sold. You know, like, what's the gross? How much you gross? Period. Right? When it comes to business, the bottom line is, you know, we in business to make money. How much you gross? And so, it's like, I feel like it's a looming question mark over Hollywood, over the entertainment music industry. What's the new business model? And to me, you know, the people that lead to that answer and lend their intelligence, they hustle, their efforts, their mind power, they, you know, whatever they can offer to that question and to fixing that and coming up with an answer to that, I feel like that's one of the most important things going on. Like in the 60s, they were trying to get to space. It was a race space. They were trying to go to, you know, the moon. And then it was like, they had industrial revolutions. And right now, I think it's the business model creators of this new era that's going to be able to be the titans of business moving forward. People that create new business models, you know, as well as products that, you know, are sold and consumed and services that are consumed via these models. But I feel like the giants are going to be the ones who create the business models. That's what we're trying to do with this product page. Fuck the middleman. And you know, this Disruptive Multimedia collab that I'm doing with Ryan Legend.
Overtime, cause I ain't have a mic. I was in that Chevy playing Savage Life. Niggas looking like I had it wrong. Now them niggas know I had it right. They don't know about them sleepless nights. Them looking for a reason nice. They said 6 degrees in life. Opportunity, preparation, they meet us nice.
This next video here, I was in charge of editing. The video never came out. I ended up going to jail. We're gonna go ahead and give it to you now. Better late than never.
Marathon OG.
Marathon continues.
What?
Yeah, I'm a runner.
Hustle.
You niggas see how long I've been running the game, right?
Yeah. I feel brand new like I just started this shit.
You sprinters.
Like it's the beginning.
Your legs getting tired.
I know y'all been waiting. Foundation solid.
Catch up, niggas.
Nah, turn off the lights. Turn up my mic. Roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. I got that good. Still in the hood. I kept my word. Yeah, my nigga, I made good. 6-figure niggas in them V12s. No 10 niggas, so you see well. My Cuban lane, that's 14K. My presidential, I wear it every day. It symbolizes how I'm enterprising. I came from Linton Dicky pockets, so I emphasize it. You check the file and niggas say I kept it silent. But fuck the rumors, money talks and you made less deposits. I dropped some videos, you should go check the comments. They love me all around the world, my nigga, what's your problem? Turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. All my liquor from France, my cars from Frankfurt. Told them keep they advance, distribute and market my label. I own it all. I own it all. Word in them offices is that I want it all. That's right, I don't. And who the fuck is you? To question my request, I pay my fucking dues. Had a couple dreams, now they coming true. I'm at the Porsche lot asking, do they come in coats? Walking out the club with 100 goons. Magnum bottles of the booth and a pungent fume. Model bitches stunting in them fucking shows. Bring your home girl cause she coming too. Fast cars with them leather seats. Drop top, she a fucking freak. Blow me down while we ride on PCH. I'm that plus of the great. Middle fingers in your face. Turn off the lights. Turn up my mic. Roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life.
I'm in the storm. I just came home. My flow is sick. Disinfect the microphone. In 08, we told you we was never gone. Changing, we still on this marathon. I'm a heavy hitter like Barry Bonds. Lightweight sent back for a heavy arm. Now I'm jumping on stage with my jury froze. Fresh out, spend the money, killed the movie role. It's all money in like a Brinks truck. And it's no money out like a prenup. You need to get your green up. Cause me and my team up. Light up some flight, lace up my nights. Victory lap, tonight is the night. This is shit I waited for my whole fucking life. This is shit I waited for my whole fucking life.
Stop, turn off the lights. Turn up my mic. Roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. Turn off the lights. Turn up my mic. Roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life.
Type music they bang in the jungle. You know something, you in here in the 40s. Phil made for the dirt gang. Shout to the bottoms. Crenshaw. Nip Hustle.
Fuck the middleman, proud to pay. HighHustle.com. Victory lap coming soon, nigga. Hustle.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Fearless Radio Show. Thank you so much for watching today. We've been having such a great time, such great positivity, such great influence. Definitely always watch us, stay tuned. And I welcome a live audience. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, whoever does podcasts and stuff, but I love it. I love when people come in and they chime in. And, you know, right now everybody like really wants to talk about this topic. So I'm excited. Everybody wants to participate, right, Cito? Cito's going to jump in too and he's going to ask some questions. What about you, sis? You too, sis. I know you want to know because we want to know. We want to know what's going on. But no, I have these amazing guest panelists, hosts today, and we have the man of the hour, the owner of DSN, DWI in the building.
Yeah, I like to say I got kids watching my social media, but this is for grown folks on a Sunday. That's so right. My son should be at church right now, so I'm good.
That should not still be in nobody's church.
Okay.
Yeah, they be getting on at 4 o'clock.
That's right. So with that being said, this is for the grown folk. With that being said, so you know, we wanted to have this conversation, especially because my homie right here brought it up and he wanted to focus on that. So I think that is the best time too. I think that we've been secretly having these conversations about how the dating world is going, relationships are going, especially in New York City, right? Good luck to us. Whoever's outside of New York, you're much better luck than we are. I feel like candidates are slim to none here in New York City. So to be able to find a really good man and, you know, to be able to make time and all of that, because this is a hustle and bustle city, it's really difficult. It's really difficult, especially because also everyone knows each other. It's such a small circle space, so everyone's apprehensive on, should I give this an opportunity? It's just so many things and so many factors going on. So like a lot of my women, we want answers. We want to know what's going on. So we're hearing some feedback from two different spectrums. We have someone here who's in a relationship and is involved. We have our most eligible bachelor right here sitting next to us.
I'm not dating until 2025.
There you go. You see what I mean? This is the problem.
Right now.
This is the problem, and I want to talk about that. So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. So let's get right into it. All right. So. First off, we kind of put some questions together that we wanted to talk about. So first of all, we wanted to know, or we wanted to discuss rather, what's the proper way to approach men and women when interested? Like, let's start baby steps.
Do we raise our hand, or we just gonna go around the
You could just chime in. You can just however you want to do it. We can start with you, Sloan.
Yeah, go. Yeah, we go right to that.
I wasn't ready.
You ready?
You ready?
But how I think, let me tell you what I've been trying lately, and it hasn't really worked out for me. It hasn't worked out. I've been trying to be because I'm so confident in myself, and I'm busy, but I try to be so transparent. Like the last two, I'm gonna call them the last two situations that I tried, and both didn't go longer than 2 weeks. Where I was just like, you know what, I'm good. But I tried to be transparent. The first one, it was a movie date after us talking for about a week and some change, and then she felt like for whatever she went through before, that I was getting too close to her at the movie theater. I think because I might have tilted my head on her shoulder or something, like to say, hey, we out having a, and that, from that was a red flag for me. Like, you know what? It's too much for her, it's too much for me. Super early. So I just think being transparent is something that I think people should do regardless, because I'm not gonna change me, but I think you have to do that. Because
transparency is important.
Everybody believes this, we have the representatives, and that's what we was brought up in the 90s, or the representative, that's not who you really meeting. So me, I'm trying to be like, this is what it is. At this point, at 40 something, this is what you're gonna get. I still got growth, but this is who I am. And this is what I do, and it's no secret. You know, you can go look on my timeline and see the type of character I am. And
so basically, you're stubborn. You're not changing your ways.
No, that's not what I said.
So women have to deal with your stubborn ways. That's another red.
I'm just saying that we have our ways, and we need to be truthful about that.
No. I have to agree with you, and that was a joke. No, but I have to agree with you. I think transparency is super important. I talk about this all the time because I'm super transparent from the beginning, and I agree with you. I think sometimes that could be that could turn somebody off.
Right.
That could mess up the situation. So
they're preceptors through conversation. People in majority don't pay attention to these preceptors. When you're dealing with somebody and you're communicating with them in initial conversation, you should be able to feel certain things about people out, so that you know how far you can gauge and go as opposed to not going, and what you can say and what you cannot say. It's a vibe thing. I don't know if it's because I'm a Leo. I pick up on that stuff. Hey, listen, cut it.
Oh, Leo.
I pick up on that stuff. I pick up on that stuff very easily, just off a vibe. So, I know what I can do and what I shouldn't do.
Well, I want to add a comment to that. Yes, vibes, 1,000%. However, sometimes either party, men or women, give off that vibe that it is clicking. That it is a good vibe, that we have something here. But as soon as somebody does something that's a little more like, oh, this is probably leading to commitment or something.
Like put my head on her shoulder in the movie theater. That's exactly what happened.
Right. But my thing is,
exactly.
What made him feel okay at that point to make that gesture? She must have gave. I mean, I think with men they pick up on things just like the women. What made you feel okay to do that? That's what I want to know, and why.
Right, and I'm the last person to be inappropriate to a woman, so it made me feel like, was I being a creep by being close? But she later explained, which I respected, that she's just not ready. She felt like it was gonna go that direction, because that was the energy I was giving. I was being transparent, and I was trying to be who I am, and not trying to be this guy just trying to take you out for whatever reason. And I had an agenda which fit what she, who she was, and I guess it didn't work out.
But what I'm saying to you, at that point, when you put your head on your, why did you do it, is what I'm asking. Did she give you a vibe that she, is this too much? Like, well, I don't understand, because it's only been a week, and then you took her to the movie.
Time out, bro. Can I ask her, is there a timeline of head on the shoulder?
No, I'm just saying it was their first date is what I'm trying to get. Was that the first date, and you did
Not
that?
the first date ever meeting, because I met her
That's what I'm
prior to that, but
Why
yeah.
did he feel comfortable doing that?
But it had to be 0.1 second. I didn't leave my head on her shoulder. I just barely like breathed. It was just a term of this is cool type of thing.
Okay. Or actually, let me.
I could have tried to kiss on the first date. That seems like that's illegal now too.
But
like what happened to that?
But let me pose this question actually. So let's all gather and put it in perspective. So let me pose this question, ladies. Do you feel like he should have asked if he could have put his head on her shoulders? And I say let me say this. I say this because I went on a date a couple months back, and the gentleman, he was really, really respectful and chill, and he sat next to me, and he asked if he could put just be comfortable and put his hand on my thigh or something like that. So do you think that he should have asked?
Look at that. He got on second base.
No, but you can't.
He asked. Okay.
Yeah, no, right. So here's the thing. Everybody dates differently, right? So there's no right or wrong answer. So you feel like this way, but I want to ask the ladies, do you feel like that question should be asked? Or do you think it's just, it wasn't there, so that's why it was awkward?
I think it depends, because sometimes you can feel the energy. Like, when someone's like feeling you.
Yeah.
That's like, if I'm feeling you, we gonna go based off the vibes.
Right.
So even if I do go like this on you, it's like, we know. But then if it's kind of like a person that you're just getting to know, and you feel like y'all haven't gotten to that point yet, then it's a little bit like, okay, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see both ways, So I think it definitely goes off of vibe, energy.
All right.
So when you should not do certain things.
Okay. Right.
To the opposite sex.
So laying your head.
Some people just don't care.
I have to disagree with you, Lauren. Some people don't know either.
That's true.
Some people don't know. Some people don't know.
I haven't fallen into that category, unfortunately. That's
crazy. When you think about your first date, it's like, did that person touch me?
All right.
No, but hold on, before you go there, what I realized, I learned from that though, that the communication, just because the vibe is going the right way, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going the way that you want it to go.
Right.
Because in my own head, I believe that I'm good. I should be good with any woman because I'm good. But in her perspective was something totally different.
Right.
And that was my learning. So, but we still cool after that. I kind of shut down after a while.
Right.
But then I picked back up again and started talking to her again, and she started calling me more now because I stopped calling her. So I guess if she really wanted me to.
Why does that?
Really, Cito?
Yeah, that happens.
It always happens that way.
Yeah.
I think women like a challenge too.
Yep, the Tom and Jerry. It's the mouse
But
chasing
why
the cat.
listen, this whole challenge thing.
Yeah, it needs to stop.
It needs to stop.
If you want to call me,
it can't.
We're getting older.
It can't
We're getting
stop.
older. We can't do the same things and treat relationships and dating the same way that we were treating it when we were in our 20s. When we were in our 20s, fine, it's a challenge. It's like, okay, oh my God, whatever. But we're getting older. Like, we have a time clock. You know what I mean? We do. I'm sorry, but we do. First of all, I have children. There's a lot of women that don't have children out here that are looking for a relationship and they want to build a family. Like, ain't no time to play games.
What happens when a person has kids?
Give sis the mic. Give sis the mic.
It's her. She has something to say.
Totally agree with you. I think when you're in your 20s or in your teens, you do have that time. When you're a woman of a certain age and you're established in your career and you have certain assets, you're looking for the next level, the next step in a relationship. I don't have time. If I meet you and I tell you this is who I am about, and you tell me who you are about, and we go on a date, and I think there's a vibe, and all of a sudden the date went well, and then you don't call me back for a second date. If the date's not going well, then say, no, sis, this is not what I want.
Right.
But I don't really have time for the games. It's like, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm a woman for a certain age, and I'm looking for a serious relationship. And I know that there's a process to get there, but let's do the journey together to get there. And if that's not what you want, be open with that. Let me know.
Be
I can
honest and
handle it.
transparent.
Yeah,
I agree. Give her a clap,
say you
Cito.
want.
Give her a clap.
Effective communication is essential.
I know, because I have a lot of girlfriends that don't have children, and they are going through the struggle right now. So I know.
I think it's a bit harder in New York too, because people in New York feel like they have so many options. So it's like they're always looking for the better thing, and New York attracts the best of everything. So there's a lot of dope women. There's a lot of options. And dope men as well, but I'm just speaking about like because there's a shortage of men. Like, can we say that there are really a lot of dope men? Do you know a lot of women who can really say that? Not saying that they're available men. Dope available men who aren't playing games, who aren't married, who aren't booed up, who aren't like that's what I mean when I say that.
Available ones.
That's what I mean, available ones. But there's a lot of available dope women, so it's just like it's hard. I feel like it's hard for them to settle. I think in other states, men are more marriage-minded, family-minded, and they're ready. They're dating you in your 20s. You're getting married. You're having families because
that's a major city too, though.
So to piggyback off of that, I had a conversation. I had almost like a mentoring service with a young lady that I see. She travels. She does a lot. She came up in the Matrix Studios, and I always see her and her girls in a whole nother country. And so I asked her, I said, so what's it like? What's the dating scene like? She was like, it's just whack out here because these men are whack. And she's younger than us, right? But her perspective is because she's from New York, and we all got the same game. We all learned the same things from each other, the music and everything, the culture. So it's kind of hard to find something totally different in New York City. I told her, I said, go to Canada, go to the West Coast, go to one of these, go to Arkansas or something, one of these rural towns, and then you'll find that he's still gonna be a man, first of all. So you're not gonna get away from that.
That swag. There's something about us here in New York.
It's no better than New York.
This swag. What is it? What's
He got it. Yeah, he's the swag
what is
guy.
the
Look
swag?
at him.
I
Ain't
just
nothing
want
like
to
a New
question
York
out for
woman.
the viewers.
Put
What
it out
swag
there.
does New Yorkers have that other countries and other states don't
I
have?
think it's
Miss
confidence.
Colorado, let's talk about it.
There's
Even the ones that ain't got
Colorado, let's talk about it. You came here for a reason, and probably economic advancement, whatever. But as far as dating, there's a swag, right? There's something.
You know what? When I first got here, I love New York dudes. I was dating them if they were in other states. I was like, oh, you're from New York? I love New York dudes. After being here for the 15 years I lived here, that kind of went away to where it's not so much about where he's from or whatever. It's how this person is going to treat you. But I noticed that a lot of my friends that live here, they're dating men who live here, but they aren't from here. Not to say anything about New York men.
Okay.
But the ones who are in relationships are like with dudes who are not from here, because those guys are more marriage minded, I feel,
Correct.
than the ones that are from here.
They're a little more slower paced.
So
New York men
But
are very
I mean, I
fast-paced.
still love New York men, but it's not like some like,
Right.
my head was in the clouds when I first got here.
New York guy, Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with you?
There's a confidence. New York men are very confident.
Listen, my confidence is through the ceiling.
Yeah, New York men are
feel like
very
I can have
confident.
whatever I
Confidence is
want.
sexy.
Why is
You know
that?
what's crazy? Brooklyn men
It's
do
just
feel
the-
that way.
He just said something. Why?
It's just the way that I was raised, I guess. I mean,
No, don't
my
blame it on your
family.
family.
I'm blaming. Listen, no.
Families are
I'm
unstable.
blaming it on the men in my family.
Okay.
That is the way that they were, so that is the way that I am. I don't care if
Who raised
I know
you?
I'm
We
about
talk
to
about
reach.
that.
I'm about to reach right now. I don't care who it is. It could be Beyonce. I still go up to her and talk to her.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to talk to anyone.
She's human. She's
It's
just
that
another woman with a
Brooklyn
Right.
men swagger.
Yeah, it's the bravado.
Bravado of a
She's like
Brooklyn guy.
get
The
down to the
bravado
bottom
of
of
a
it.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
and you know what's
guy.
crazy? There's something about
They're
Brooklyn women
different.
too. We're different.
They're different types of men.
I like Brooklyn dudes. I like
Brooklyn
a lot.
dudes.
She's like, nah.
Because I live in Long Island. When I meet a guy from Brooklyn, what are you doing over here? Why did you cross the Bell Park?
Like, why? Why?
Then everybody
Why
else,
is coming
there's
to
something-
ruin our
yeah,
lives?
There's something about a Brooklyn guy. I don't know what it is. I think
You like Brooklyn men?
I don't think I
Right.
like them, but those are the ones that are more attracted to me. And I think because they have that
It's
confidence.
something about you too.
Correct. And
Right.
that's what I'm learning. Why
Right.
am I luring these Brooklyn guys?
Right, and that's the thing too.
I have
So,
to figure that out.
that's another thing that's going on, right?
Right.
So it's not only like who we are picking as women, it's also who we are attracting, right? So these men are attracted to us. They are, and they keep coming and they keep coming. But then, you know, I feel like the commitment and building into something portion of it is not there. And I think I have to agree with you. I think it's because of the amount of amazing dope women that are in New York. The men feel real confident and they feel like they can get anyone else. So they're not really thinking, all right, this is where I want to settle. Even though this is a dope ass chick that you're talking to
You
and
can
you're
still get another
dating,
dope
but
one.
they're
That's
still
the
like,
thing,
wait a
like-
second. You know, this chick just tried to holler the other day. Let me see what's going on
What's
in that
going-
corner.
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
all right, so break that. How do you do that? Especially when you're someone of you have a character where you just know, like, because all of us on this
But am I
panel,
right
we,
or wrong?
we all
Right,
feel like
right.
we-
Am I right or wrong?
We all feel like we're better
right.
than we deserve the best.
You
but right,
you heard that, right?
So we
You
feel
ever heard the saying, you pick until you pick
Right,
shit?
right,
Do you
yeah.
believe in that?
right.
So
I have the Derek Jeter stance about it. You ever watch baseball?
No.
Nah. You know who Derek Jeter? You know who Derek Jeter is? You know who Derek Jeter is? He would stand at the plate and he would wait for the pitch. It looked good. The pitcher
right.
throws some crazy
Right.
curveball,
Right.
but he ain't swinging at it until it's his pitch. And I just feel like we have to have that about us. Just to know what you want, and then you might have to take a couple
must
of
know
picks
what you want.
No.
at one time. You might have to take. You might miss a good one that might go over the park, but. You can't just swing at everything because they might be mad.
I don't agree
they
with
know,
that.
Men know who they're gonna settle down with, who they're gonna give the world to. They know who they're gonna spend their money
heard
on.
that.
They
I've
know,
heard that
and they
before.
can be with somebody for years and don't give them
That's
nothing.
That's a
They
fact.
can meet that one woman
That's a
that's
fact.
like
What's the
different,
number?
and they're like, Damn, they give that girl
I
the
got a
world.
question, ladies.
I believe
Wait,
people
call
should
in
date
if you
multiple
wanna
people.
chime
You
in.
should not
Yeah,
date
call
just
in.
one
Somebody wants
person.
to
That's
call
not the
in.
point of
Oh, yeah, we're
dating.
gonna get to that.
Hold on
We're
a
gonna end
second.
with
Let
that.
me give yes. Let me give everybody the number.
Now, I
to-
want to hear what the.
Hold on, let me give everybody the number to call in, 347-590-0024. And I know we're all passionate, but let's do this one person at a time, y'all. So I agree with you. I agree with you. However, I still feel like, and Lawrence agreed with me,
Right.
that there are other options out there, and this is why it becomes less of a importance and of a, like for women, when we're trying to build something, it becomes less of an importance for you to settle down right away because you have all these other options. It's the truth. I understand where you're coming from.
How you know which one's the best option for you if you don't try them out
But
first?
you can't say there's no best option. Like, what's the best option?
We don't know.
That means
we
you
have our options and we want to try it out first. We hoes.
What's up?
Horse.
I'm not sure.
You need a mic. They ain't gonna hear you on that on the side.
She's just like, me. I want to talk.
Like I've come across a lot of women that I'm not even gonna base it on that. I've come across a lot of people that pretty much they entertain a lot of different things. So having too much options is bad because then you can't settle.
Right.
That's why it comes down to, as a man, I know what I want. So it don't matter if she looks super good. This is the girl that I know I can feel comfortable.
Tito, that's
this
right.
is the girl I can be like, yo,
Represent
I can be
for the
human with.
millennials.
So it don't matter if this girl got it, because I know that this is.
So then, how long would it take you to marry her then? Once you know that, because this is a marriage shortage going on right now. So I want to know, So are you gonna?
know that?
Because they've gotten to that place. But a lot of us
have.
You younger, so I mean, how many years would you give yourself to marry somebody that you feel like this is the person that you?
I say 3 years.
I was gonna say
3 years.
That's a good number.
Till you get married or till you propose?
Till you get married.
My man proposed to me.
So you
in 2
propose
years.
in a year, 2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but like with that saying, it's all about the bond too. So I'm gonna do it because I know this is how we bonding. Like we spend the time together, we love each other, we do that, and it shows. I take it for face value. So it don't matter how much you tell me you love me. I'm taking it by what you're doing.
Right.
And at that pace, 3 years is a good.
Exit out of there.
At that pace, 3 years is a good time.
Exit out. So I want to say something about that. So how do you actually? I just want to add on it. How do you, men and women? How do you when you meet someone, right, and you like that person and your vibe, and you feel like the vibe is the same? How do you right away think about, okay, this can be someone that I can potentially build with, and if you do, how do you treat that? And if you don't, how do you treat that?
Okay, you first.
Well, if I don't, then I make sure I make it very clear that we're not going anywhere past whatever I want to do. And it's not always sex. Like women always think all men just want to have sex with you. I don't even want to have sex with everybody. So that eliminates that. We may just be good friends and ride off to the sunset just being cool like that. I'm okay with that too. But that's going to be clear. It's not going to be this mixed signals that you think we going somewhere where we're not. If I do like you and I feel like that is the case and it is a two-way street, then it's a go. But I haven't. It's like everybody that I have that's like that now. Like we dated years ago and now we just super cool and we probably can get married later on and be cool because we know everything about each other. But the process of dating somebody for 10 years or 5 years, I have yet to do that and get out on top.
But I want to know the initial, like how do you treat that situation?
Well, I think it's important to know or at least have an idea of what you want before you start dealing with anybody.
You have to. You gotta know yourself.
You have to know what's gonna make you happy, and dealing with a whole bunch of different people is not gonna get you what you want, in my opinion.
1,000%.
You know what I mean?
Time for that.
And it's empty.
It is hard though, on the same hand, to separate people from whatever goal you're trying to go towards, as opposed to whatever goal they're trying to go towards, because at the end of the day, you don't think the same way the other person thinks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So somewhere you have to meet a common ground. And that's the only way you're going to know whether or not that person is for you or not.
So do you agree that people are just not being honest and the conversations aren't being had? Because that's what I think
the
the
conversations
issue is.
aren't being had.
Right, because that's what I think the issue is.
It's too much texting.
Yeah,
Okay,
people
so-
are going past certain steps.
We're moving a little bit too fast because you want to respond really quickly. Are you really understanding the question I just raised? I think people.
And if you don't
just go
know how
back
to
on the
respond
phone.
in a text, pick up the phone and make
That's
that
what I'm
call.
saying.
If you're not
There's no-
understanding each
right.
other and the text is coming across like, wait a second, wait, let's talk about it over the phone. Pick up the phone and let's talk about it over the
be
phone.
in person too. Like that's why dates are so important. Like
Oh, no, yeah,
you have to get
definitely.
to know someone, and I think that's another thing with our generation now is like everything is a rush. You go to social media,
Right.
it's so instant. Like you have to take time to build a relationship. Like,
Right.
can you be my friend first?
Yeah.
What do you like to
Exactly.
eat? Like, what do you like to
Exactly.
eat? Are you do you have food allergies?
Absolutely.
Like, I need to know
Right.
these things. I need to know what you like to do. You need to know what I like to do, because then what happens is you're this person, I'm this person, and we don't mesh well.
Right.
Absolutely.
I
At the
agree.
end of
But
the day.
not meshing well is also why I think that people should date multiple people at
At
the
once.
beginning stages to find out what you like and what you don't like. I don't think you should be zeroed in on one person. I don't think that's what dating is about. I mean,
dating,
I don't
yes.
have the energy.
But what about the time?
Yeah,
I see the time and energy, but that's time wasted
much
if you're
entertainment.
investing in this one person for too long too. When you're like, oh, I kind of like this person, but there's this other person over here that I can explore as well. I think the main thing here is communication. You have to be open and let these people know you're not the only person I'm dating. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I like and know myself. These people are out here dating, they don't know themselves. They don't know what they like. They don't know what they don't like. So I personally feel, especially in your 20s, like when you're of a certain age, like nobody has time or energy for that, but I still feel that you should explore your options instead of zeroing in on one person. And then that becomes a waste of time
But even then,
too.
you still don't really know the person because it takes time to
Right.
really
It
know
does.
someone. You
So
can be
let
in
me-
a
okay,
relationship.
so wait, before you
and it
jump in,
transitions.
Cito, that's my thing. So, like you said, energy, time. Same thing right here. So I agree with you partly. However, I feel like it's too much energy, too much time. You're trying to get to know one person. That's already a lot of time in itself, especially like women like us who are entrepreneurs. I have children, so we're trying to fit in dating into our schedule. So like for me, I've done it in the past, dated a bunch, not my thing. If I meet someone and I like them, I'm transparent with you. This is what I like, and you know we'll take it from there. But I think that even though my transparency has worked against me a lot of times, I think it's still good because I know right away this is gonna work out. This is not.
And you know
That's
too. They
it.
show you something
Move
like, yeah,
on.
it's not my thing.
You know what I mean? So
I understand because I have a tribe of children
Yeah.
and different jobs.
tribe.
Different. I have 4 boys.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I would have never
I
thought
understand. He said,
that. I would have never thought that.
Erica Badu.
yeah, exactly.
but so I understand what you mean about time because I
Yes.
dated someone who was like, yo, you're working your 9 to 5, you're DJing, you have these kids, like I need more time. So we didn't end up working out because I was just like, that's true, dating has to go on the back burner. So I completely get what you're saying. But I think in the very beginning stages, I don't think that it should just be one person. I'm not saying that you have to go on dates with all these people because that's too time consuming. But when you're just like in the texting or the talking on the phone stage, I don't think there's anything wrong with feeling out a couple people to see what it is. Not saying you should go and find them, but if they come along, I don't think that that's an issue.
So the relationship I was in before the last, I was in for 4.5 years. Right, I got really sick because I'm a diabetic. I got really sick and she decided to leave. She didn't want to deal with it. So I moved on.
My condolences.
So I moved on to the young lady that I'm in a relationship now. We've been in a relationship for 2 years so far, and I approached her because what I do before I entertain anybody is I sit back and I watch them.
I love that.
I'm an observer.
I love that.
I watch how they move, the comments that they make.
Yep.
to other people.
The same thing.
The social media, all the memes,
All
the
of
negative
that.
memes.
Everything.
Oh my God, I don't
Because if
understand women that do that.
everything is
It's like-
miserable, then you're most likely miserable.
Yes.
Most likely.
shows.
So, you know, and then my approach was, well, this is what I have going on in my life. You know, I'm not looking to be dating a whole bunch of people. So what's up? And she was like, I'm down.
It was
That's
mutual.
how it worked.
It was mutual.
Yeah, huh?
Communication.
I know, I just want to hug him.
You have a twin.
You have a brother.
You have a twin.
Do I have a brother? Yeah, I do have a brother.
But is he single though? You
not.
gotta
So
clarify.
I'm gonna summarize like and piggyback off what he said real fast. We gotta wrap up in 5 minutes. What I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say like I went into a 5-year relationship, right? Situations happen. The woman that I thought I was gonna marry wound up right now. She's married to my best friend. Right after, like during while I was dealing. So listen, I had to get through that part, and I was never a relationship guy. So for me to actually put my all into a situation and then come out on the other end, I felt kind of slighted. But now how I move, like I'm so confident that a relationship, because you know you can meet somebody tomorrow and they can make you feel amazing. I can bottle that energy up and keep it going. I'm not a miserable person. So when I do find somebody that sparks me like that, I'm good. But if I don't find that full spark and like doing my investigation and finding out that you're a good person and you don't mind me putting my head on your shoulder because you're confident that we're not going nowhere, yeah, I'm still tight. I'm still tight. But you know, I think that's really what it has to be too. Like the games, like right now, I'm leaning on Sloan's side. Like I got a rotation of people that I spend time with because they respect. They respect my time and I fill in the blanks. Listen, but there's no relationship to the point where anybody's feeling empty because I'm not making them feel like if they want to go and if they meet a guy that's amazing for them, they can go ahead. Like I'm not attached.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that goes into. I think that goes into. That goes into doing a relationship that works for you. If that works for you and it works for the women involved, then good. Because everything isn't cookie cutter. Everybody doesn't want a serious monogamous one-person relationship. It doesn't have to be like that.
I don't like
and you
people that
shouldn't
be with anybody. I'm very selective too. Like if I see a guy that I feel like he has multiple partners, and I look at the woman that he's been with, or the caliber of woman that he likes or entertain. And I just be like, no. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, we're not from. Yeah.
So
I think it depends on what you like, and that's fine. Some people, they don't care about that.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not against feeling that way at all. But you know, everyone feels like different about certain things. But I do want to. I know we only have a limited amount of time. I do want to ask a couple more questions before we're done. So first, I want to say. Okay, all right, but hold on. So, Oh, we can. Actually, don't go anywhere. We're gonna take this to the podcast room. But I do want to ask one thing before we end this portion of it. So I know that some men are turned off by women who react emotionally too fast, right? Or even men who act emotionally towards women too fast, right? Like in your case. But I want to say this though. So if someone is apprehensive or like, you know, it scares them when a woman or a man is coming at them just a little more quicker emotionally than what they expected, how come they're still willing to go through with being intimate sexually?
That's one thing I don't understand either.
I don't know why women do stuff like that.
Okay.
Answer. Especially the woman, like it's like the woman's feeling the guy and everything.
But you don't want to move fast emotionally.
Right.
However, intimately, sexually,
but you want to have sex.
You're willing to.
But you want to have sex.
I mean, as men, don't you know if a woman is interested emotionally, she is gonna make it worse when you get intimate sexually?
You're exchanging energies like it's so much deeper than a physical act.
Yes, and you know what? We're gonna wrap up because the next team is ready, and we're gonna go into the podcast room and we're gonna finish this conversation.
Yes, please,
all right?
Please.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back.